81 to go, with the top three in the AL East separated by only 2 games. Joe Maddon and the Rays begin a critical 7-game homestand tonight against Big Papi and the American League East rival Boston Red Sox. Catch all the action on Sun Sports. Fans gathering at Tropicana Field. There will be some familiar faces and some familiar foes squaring off as the Tampa Bay Rays play host to the Boston Red Sox. Evan Longoria leading the Rays into this crucial series. Kevin Youkilis heading the charge for the Boston Red Sox. The Rays will be seeing the right-hander Daisuke Matsuzaka tonight. Matt Garza prepares to rock off. Hi again, everyone, and welcome to an evening of Rays baseball with Kevin Kennedy. I'm Dwayne Stats. Awfully good to have you looking in tonight. Todd Callis along in just a few moments. Well, a big homestand for the Rays leading right up to the break, but equally a very important and a very successful road trip just completed by the Rays. Their offense came back, and Sean Rodriguez had a lot to do with that.
Yeah, he really did. He's getting a chance pretty much to play every day for a couple of reasons. Number one, he's playing great defense wherever Joe Maddon puts him. But how about the batting average? He's getting that thing up there now, pushing into the 270s with a great road trip. I mean, a guy can play second base, right field, occasional center field. He's been absolutely outstanding, and he's making that trade from a year ago looking pretty good right now. How about Adrian Beltre, the Boston Red Sox? He's having a phenomenal year for the over the plate. Even some breaking balls he's going down and getting, and he's driving the ball all over the place. He's had a lot of success against the Rays this year.
Well, when the season began, Matt Garza, a very big part of the Rays pitching rotation, hit a couple of little bumps halfway through the first half, but here he is going after his 10th win tonight for the Rays.
Yeah, in the first half to get, in double figures, that would be pretty outstanding. We're at the 81 game mark, and against the Boston Red Sox, he pitches pretty well historically. So against one of the better ball clubs in Major League Baseball, he has success. Now, we know there's some injured guys and key guys out of the lineup. That doesn't really matter. It's still the Boston Red Sox, and they have depth. So it's about fastball command, just backing down a little bit, not trying to hump up too much, and throwing strike one, strike two.
So Garza with a mark of 9-5 will make the start for the Rays, and Daisuke Matsuzaka in at 5-3 so far this year. That is our Verizon pitching matchup, brought to you by Verizon Wireless. The American League East continues to be a showdown, especially among the top three. Well, tonight we have 2 of the top 3 meeting. It will be the Rays and the Red Sox. Todd Callis will have more on that in a moment.
getting the Evan Longoria figurine at Tropicana Field. Rays and the Red Sox kick off a 3-game series. Different energy in the building whenever the Red Sox are in town, or the Yankees for that matter. And for the Rays, overall this year, 48 wins and 33 losses. 28 of their 48 wins have come on the road, only 20 at home. For the Rays are 20-19. Now, you would think that has to turn around for the Rays at some point. They may not be able to play that well on the road all year, but certainly the home record can improve. They start today 2 games behind the Yankees and a half game behind the Red Sox. Joe Madden and Carlos Pena discuss defending the home turf.
Really have not played anywhere near our standards at home. Other teams are playing a lot better here. I have no idea why. I mean, the fact that we're better, maybe they're just coming in here with their ears pinned back a little bit more. They're more used to the place. The vibe's better. I don't know, but we're getting played out a little bit tougher at home, and we really have to get better here because what we've been doing on the road has been spectacular. That Boston, Minnesota excursion right there, it can't get any better than that. So we got to really be able to carry it over back here.
It's something that we're looking to obviously turn around. I think we usually play very well at home. I don't think we played bad, but not as good as we want to. And I think this is a great opportunity to do so and just turn things around. I think we're poised for that.
Defending the Dome, that's what the Rays are going to try to do as they kick off the final homestand leading up to the All-Star break. We might have close to 30,000 in the house tonight as fans continue to file in, and we're ready for baseball. Enjoy all the action next.
There's no credit needed, and up to 6 months, same as cash. And by AT&T. Find out what's possible with the nation's fastest 3G network. AT&T. Rethink possible. Tonight, the Rays and the Red Sox square off. First game of the series for the Rays, game 1 of a 7-game homestand as the Rays start this one 2 games back of New York in the American League East. Boston, under the direction of Terry Francona, a game and a half behind the New York Yankees. The Yankees will play later on the coast tonight, on the West Coast, that is. So the Rays need a win to try to leapfrog over this Boston Red Sox ball club. Boston lineup. Marco Scutaro will lead it off, followed by Eric Patterson and David Ortiz. Kevin Youkilis hits cleanup in front of the third baseman, Adrian Beltre. J.D. Drew is at right field. Bill Hall at second. Mike Cameron in there hitting eighth at center field. And Kevin Cash the catcher, will bat ninth.
And Matt Garza coming off a win at Boston on June the 30th in his last start. Actually, the last 2 starts he has won. Pitching much better, went 7 strong innings in that game. Overall, in 16 games, 1 complete game. He is 9-5 now, looking for win number 10. ERA is starting to drop a little bit, getting down to 104 right there, and 103 is in 2/3 innings pitched overall, so he's on pace for a 200-plus innings pitched season. And behind Matt Garza tonight defensively, Carl Crawford in left, Ben Zobrist in center field, and Matt Joyce in right. Around the infield, Evan Longoria at third base, Jason Bartlett at short, Sean Rodriguez at second base, Carlos Pena at first, John Jaso behind the plate. And this defense is brought to you by Sweet Bay. Live fresh for less.
Here's the Rays skipper, Joe Madden. He has his team a game up in the season series against Boston this year. They're 5-4, but all of those wins have been at Fenway Park. They're 0-3 against the Red Sox here at Tropicana Field, and that's something Joe Madden spoke to, if you were with us a few moments earlier, trying to get the home record to more resemble what it's been the last couple seasons. And he starts against Terry Francona's club here tonight. Of course, Francona riddled with injuries. Their disabled list and minor league call-up activity has been way too numerous for the comfort of Terry Francona. In his 7th year as the skipper, won it all in his first year as the manager of this ball club. He's had a very successful run atop this Boston ball club. Inside the East, and it's, as you know, a very tough division, perhaps the toughest of them all. The Rays have gone 19-10 against the rest of Major League Baseball. Just 6 games over 500, 29-23. And tonight it will be Matt Garza making his 17th start and with a record of 9-5. He's 2-1 against the Red Sox this year and 8-5 in his career against this club. And he faces Marco Scutaro. Scutaro hitting .280. And the pitch is a strike call on the inside corner. So we're underway. So the 4th appearance, 4th start this year for Garza against Boston. Earned run average a little over 4, winning 2 of the first 3 decisions. That's upstairs, and it's 1-1, a fastball.
Well, we'll touch on this a lot tonight, the injury issue with the Boston Red Sox. Talked about the minor league call-ups and the acquisitions. There's perhaps the biggest one right there. I think he is the heart and soul, Dustin Pedroia, of this ball club.
And a bunt attempt right there by Scutaro. Pretty good when Garza's throw is wide of the bag. And Scutaro is aboard with a bunt single.
Well, that's what his job is as a leadoff man. We've seen Sean Rodriguez do this no less than a half a dozen times for base hits, dragged to the third base side. This is a pretty good bunt right here. Matt has to hustle it and hurry it over there and throws wide of Carlos Pena. Had good backup, too, if you noticed in your screen. That was Sean Rodriguez backing up Carlos Pena. So even if that ball got by Pena, Sean was there. Nice hustle, Sean.
Here's Eric Patterson. So the leadoff man aboard for Boston. Well, the Rays open the 7-game homestand. The Red Sox begin a 6-game road trip. Pitch is upstairs, 1-0.
Here's one of those acquisitions for the Red Sox. Eric Patterson coming over from the Oakland A's. Left-hand hitter, has some speed.
He's hitting a little over 200 with Oakland in just over 40 games with the A's. There's a strike. It's 1-1.
Like that. That's the top of the zone right there. Eric Patterson asking Laz Diaz probably that exact question. Is that as high as it's going? That's usually what a hitter will ask, and he'll say yes. Right at the top of the zone.
That's a strike. Runner bluffs a start as Patterson bunts the ball foul. And that advances the count to 1-2.
Well, could it be, Dwayne, that the Red Sox are going to play small ball? They don't play it much.
Well, the history of that franchise, and you know better than anybody, Kevin, what it is, having managed up there and play half their games at Fenway. There's not a big call for that.
Nope.
But it's a little different situation, perhaps, when you have the kind of injury build up they have now.
That's right.
It's a pop to the left side, and Evan Longoria, and foul ground, handles that.
Well, that's exactly right, because coming in, they only had, as a team, 27 stolen bases, which is dead last, not only in the American League, but dead last in baseball. So they don't play much small ball, but when you got this guy coming to the plate, you don't have to.
Well, David Ortiz has revived himself after a very slow start. He's hitting .259 and now with 17 home runs. When you look at his slugging percentage right there, he's 8th in the American League in slugging percentage, and based on his start, there wouldn't have been many takers. In fact, there were a number of critics that he got to a point where he wasn't having much fun in Boston earlier this year.
No, he was being short with the media, which normally is not David Ortiz, and not really trouble with his teammates, but there were some issues up there. He didn't really want to talk about it too much with the media. People saying he's done.
And a strike, a fastball takes the count to 1-1.
I tell you what, the last time the Red Sox were right here, of course the Rays had a tough time. They got swept. He was hitting every fastball that was thrown to him. I don't care if it was 92 or 95. He was hitting it and hitting it hard.
And he hit a big home run against the Rays in the series at Fenway. And what turned out to be an 8-5 victory for Boston over the Rays. Pitch away.
Well, and prior to that, James Shields was throwing the ball very well.
He was indeed. He had 4 shutout innings, and by the time he gave up that home run, he had a couple of men on and 2 men out in that inning. And Ortiz hit a first pitch fastball.
Yep.
Hit it out. Big cut and a miss there. Big swing at the fastball.
Well, I'll tell you what, that pitch was by design, and that's just great execution for Garza. Look at Jay, so he's setting up in, and you want it up above his hands, and that ball rides right above his hands. If you're going to go in, that's where you have to go. Look at, he missed just about off the inside corner. You see that number 4 right there. That's perfect location, great execution by Matt Garza. Can't go in there too often, but you do have to keep people honest.
Now the 2-2, and it's down to a slider, and the count is full to Ortiz.
That's a good call, because you can feel Jaso, if you're the hitter, sitting underneath your hands there. So I'm sure Ortiz thought he was going to get a fastball again.
And I think he tried to give that impression. You could see Jaso shake his head,
yep.
And Garza responded by shaking his head no, as if he was maybe shaking off a pitch.
That's exactly right.
Full count now. Runner goes, and the pitch is fouled out of play. 94-mile-per-hour fastball.
I think Garza's feeling good about his fastball tonight. He just went power on power right there. He said, here's my best. See if you can hit it. Now, we've seen David catch up with it, though, the last 2 months.
Well, that's something that I think Garza, in some conversation with Kelly Shopik, figured that's not a bad way to go. You've got that great fastball. Use it. 3-2 again. And it's up and away. He threw him a slider 3-2 there and walked him. So a bunt single by Scutaro. He advances to second on the walk to David Ortiz. 2 men on with 1 out for Kevin Youkilis.
Yeah, a little bit of an overthrow there by Garza in that slider. Tried to really power it and kind of left it up and away. Opened up a little too soon.
Youkilis, $299 for the year. He and Ortiz have the identical RBI figures of 54 and the same number of home runs, 17. And a curveball. He missed with it. 1 ball, no strikes. A couple of first inning base runners here. Inside. 2-0.
In all respect to Kevin Youkilis, Beltre's the guy that has killed the Rays this year, and he's on deck.
Yeah, and he's been tough against Garza. Garza has been pretty good against both Ortiz and Youkilis. He misses upstairs with a fastball, and now it's 3-0. Youkilis does have a career home run, and Ortiz, who just walked, had 3 off Garza, but he was hitting under 200 off him. But the guy next is swinging a great bat. That's a strike. 3-1. The Rays would really love here the double play ball and face Beltre leading off an inning.
Well, you could see a nice slider right here and get Kevin to hit it to 6-4-3 right here. Jason Bartlett.
And a fly ball into center. Zobrist is there to make the catch. And the throw comes back into second base where Scutaro retreats. Youkilis is the second out.
Yeah, he got a fastball away and he hit a bullet, but right at Ben Zobrist. But that's the key, like you said, using your fastball. Throw strikes. Let the defense work for you a little bit. Drives managers crazy is ball 1, ball 2, ball 3, ball 4.
Yeah, if you can keep it in the ballpark, that defense has a chance to make a play on it. You don't want to walk guys. And here's Adrian Beltre. You see his numbers against Garza. 421 lifetime. This one to the backstop. And the runners will advance to second and third. Ortiz waited a couple of beats before he took off to make sure that he advances. Scutaro to third, Ortiz up to second.
Well, I think this is a cross-up. I think Jaso's looking for a slider here, and he gets a fastball right over his head. And that's why the conversation out there with Matt Garza. Of course, with runners on base, especially at second, you're going through a sequence of signs, and that was definitely a cross-up right there.
Want to know the count to Beltre. Pitch is down, 2-0. A pass ball charge to Jaso on the cross-up and the move-up.
Dead red hitter, dead fastball hitter, Adrian Beltre. Doesn't mean he can't hit a hanging breaking ball, but he is definitely in hit mode.
There's a strike, a fastball.
Good pitch, good location. Down away at the knees. Actually ran in a little bit, but at the knees. By design.
2-1 now. And a wave and a miss. Good cut by Beltre.
Yeah, use the aggressiveness of Beltre by throwing a high fastball out of the zone to get him to chase. You can see he was trying to launch right there.
2 men on with 2 men out. 2 balls, 2 strikes to count to Beltre. And a high fly ball back back into right field. Matt Joyce with a lot of room makes the catch, and that retires the side. No runs, a hit, 2 left. Bottom of the first, no score. Rays coming in to hit. Ben Zobrist tops it in center field, followed by Carl Crawford and Evan Longoria. Willie Ibar in there again. He'll be the DH with Matt Joyce hitting 5th. John Rodriguez 6th. Carlos Pena, Jason Bartlett, and John Jaso, the 7, 8, and 9 hitters.
Daisuke Matsuzaka on the mound for the Boston Red Sox. The right-hander in 10 starts is 5-3 with a 4.5 earned run average, 60 innings pitched, and as usual, 31 walks. 4.5 to 5 walks per 9 is what he averages. So this is one guy that you would work the count on. And Ben Zobrist likes to do that.
And Ben is in that leadoff spot, hitting 288 for the year, and he takes the pitch down. A ball and no strikes. And the more you see Zobrist in that leadoff spot, the more you think that's not a bad place for him to be.
Yeah, I like it. You and I talked about that, what, a good month ago,
yep,
at least?
You know, he takes a lot of pitches. He works counts. You want to see that out of a leadoff guy.
Yeah, you know, when the lineup turns over, you got a switch hitter later in the game, make it tough, decide which way you want Ben to hit. His average is better from this side.
The breaking ball stays wide. It's 2-1. And, you know, and toward that end, you've got a guy who will work the count, and yet at times he'll have some pop in that bat. So it's not a bad threat to have up there, that combination. And he's ahead in the count, 3-1. And as we've seen before, Matsuzaka will make a lot of pitches.
He's one of those guys that we talk about that pitches away from contact. He pitches to contact when he needs to, when he gets in trouble, but he pitches away from it.
And he comes in with a strike on a fastball. Fastball about 89.
And unlike most pitchers in Major League Baseball, he finds a way usually to wiggle out of trouble when he gets men on base or the bases loaded for that matter.
And a 3-2 is lined down that right side. Started to scatter the bullpen, and great protection work down there.
Wow, that's a nice play.
The first guy to vacate, though, was Bobby Ramos. He was out of there before anybody else could get out of there. How about that? You know, that's after consuming a 54-ounce steak in Minnesota Saturday night.
I heard about that.
He's still moving.
We talked to Bobby today about that. He said he ate it all, too.
There's ball 4 down and in. So Ben Zobrist is aboard, drawing a base on balls.
Defensively for the Red Sox behind Daisuke tonight, it's Eric Patterson in left, Mike Cameron in center, and J.D. Drew in right around the infield. Adrian Beltre, Marco Scudero, Billy Hall, and Kevin Euclid. Behind the plate's Kevin Cash. And this defensive line is brought to you by Sweet Bay. Live fresh for less.
Now Carl Crawford off a very good road trip. The pitch is down and in. Carl very happy and grateful to the fans for voting him in as a starter in the All-Star game. He's, of course, been to the All-Star game before, but the first time as a starter, and he was very humbled and grateful that fans from around the country voted him that honor.
Well deserved, too. Get that kind of recognition. Last year, the MVP of the All-Star game, of course, that great catch, took the home run away from Pop.
3 Rays All-Stars, Carl Crawford, Evan Longoria, and David Price. Great talent right there in that trio.
And well-deserved, all 3. I thought, too, Rafael Soriano should have been there.
Yep, there's the strike. And, you know, I can't help but think, talk about this later, but there may be a spot for him. You know, as you look at the pitching, you know, an injury. Buck Holtz is injured.
That's right.
Trevor Cahill's going to pitch, I think, the day before, either that Saturday or Sunday, which would disqualify him from pitching. There's ball 3, so there might be a spot yet. We'll see.
I think so. There usually is at the end here, guys that are close. And I think Joe Girardi, of course, picked a lot of his staff. And Birch is going to pick his own guy in Mariano Rivera. And he's deserving, of course.
3-1 now with the runner on the go. The pitch is a strike, and the throw's not in time. Stolen base for Ben Zobrist. That's 15 out of 17 for Zobrist this year. He steals his way into scoring position.
Well, that's the other reason why in the leadoff spot, you know, he's fast enough and picks his spots enough. Pretty good release here by Cash as Dice hits the outside corner. But good jump by Ben Zobrist. And a good slide. Nothing wrong with the throw. A little bit high. Had it been lower and maybe right on the bag, might have had a shot at him.
And there's a shot up the right field line. Off the bottom of the wall. Here comes Zobrist in to score. Crawford into second with a double, and the Rays lead 1-0. Crawford a line drive off the bottom of the right field wall to give the Rays the early lead.
What I love about Carl Crawford, he is thinking hit first, take second. He gets a mistake. I don't care what the pitch is. It's a backdoor breaking ball. And he was all over it. He tried to fight the outside corner and fool Carl. He didn't care. He hits a shot to right field, short off the wall. That ball was hit so hard that Zobrist actually was just barely getting around third by the time J.D. Drew got the ball. That was a bullet.
Here's Evan Longoria. He takes a pitch outside. 1 ball, no strikes. A break to the bag by Hall as Matsuzaka steps back. Evan just 24 years old. The breaking ball is high. 2 balls, no strikes.
Pretty special start for Evan in the All-Star game, being from Southern California, too, in Anaheim. Just being down the road, not too far away.
Yeah, his second time as a starter, but did not get to play last year because of an injury, and so he goes back home and will play. Check swing and a little looper down the right side, foul. Takes the count to 2-1.
Almost got a nice little bloop base hit, RBI single.
Yeah, that wouldn't hurt at all.
No. Now, Evan's getting pitched away an awful lot in what he's doing and he can do. He'll go the other way. they keep painting him outside, he'll drive the ball the other way. And in this situation, you'd like to see that with nobody out and Carl at second base.
And a strike on the outside part of the plate. 2-2. You know what's really started to emerge that's been fun to see with both Longoria and Crawford?
Tough pitch right there.
They've become a veteran presence, even though Longoria is only 24, and they really complement each other on this team now.
Well, it's the reason I've always felt.
And a little tap, that's a fair ball, says Lance Diaz, and the throw down to Euclid. And Longoria thought it was foul, but Diaz says it's fair. Crawford remains at second, and Evan is out. Cash to Euclid. One away.
Yeah, that was a tough read for Carl Crawford. Look at that sweeping breaking ball. You know, Evan had to swing at that. That ball broke so much. Can't blame him for that. Big sweeping breaking ball right there. He's just trying to stay alive. Tough read for Carl right there because the ball really is right in front of the catcher. Don't know where he could go, really. He did the right thing.
Here's Willie Ibar. That pitch is wide.
I was going to say, though, Dwayne, what you were talking about with Crawford and Longoria, it really is the reason I felt that Longoria should be hitting behind Crawford, because when he gets on, normally, especially at first base, he will get some better pitches to hit.
The breaking ball that drops in for a strike. 1-1.
You know, with the base open and the last at bat, still different situation. Daisuke can afford to pitch around him. No disrespect to Ibar, but you know the Rays just haven't had a consistent four-hitter all year.
And Ibar finds himself behind in the count right now, 1-2. Willie started all 4 games in Minnesota. He was 5 of 16 in the series.
Well, you know, Joe Madden's looking for that lineup consistency still. I know we're going to talk about that later. Some of the keys to the second half of the year. Some of our thoughts.
Breaking ball, and Ibar is out on strikes. And Suzuka worked him over right there.
Well, Willie was looking fastballs, and he got breaking balls, not to the surprise from Daisuke. That's his game. He gets you to chase. Balls off the outside corner. Too close to take, and Willie takes a little wave at it and missed it.
Now it's Matt Joyce. It's way wide. The ball, no strikes.
Now, this has been a situation where Terry Francona, with 2 outs and Carl at second base, he'll almost keep his defense frozen, especially at third base with Beltre, and let Carl steal third if he wants. He's going to score on a base hit anyway.
Pitch drops too low.
Beltre is so far wide of third, and you know, Carl with a good, they're going to have a pretty good race to get to the bag. There's Beltre right here. But with a left-handed hitter, it's an easier throw too for Kevin Cash.
Yeah, it's wide open on that side.
Yeah.
Cash does have a good arm. It's one of the things he's been known for back there.
Yeah, and I wouldn't want to see you run yourself out of it. Let Daisuke get the pitch count up. It's just one guy I would say you want to work the pitch count. He's at 24, 25 pitches already now this inning.
3-0 the count to Joyce.
You don't mind having Sean Rodriguez have a chance to hit in this inning either.
And Joyce walks. Second walk of the inning. So Matsuzaka against the lefty really didn't give him much to hit. John Farrell's headed to the mound, the pitching coach for the Red Sox. Sean Rodriguez is due up here for the Rays.
Well, part of this conversation, too, I believe, is about Sean Rodriguez, because I'm sure they've recognized, like we talked about in the open tonight, how hot Sean Rodriguez is right now. His batting average is up to 276. He's driven in 29. He's got 6 home runs.
Rodriguez had a hit off Matsuzaka. He was 1 for 3 off him in the game in Boston. So Sean up here right now with 2 men on and 2 men out. They're going back there on a turn by Matsuzaka.
Of course, now it's a little different if the Rays decide to run. If Carl tries to steal third, Matt Joyce has to be certain that he's got a huge jump, because I got to believe the throw would be to try to get Matt Joyce out, the trail runner. And look at him watching Carl Crawford. That's exactly what he's doing.
And a bunt attempt by Rodriguez is bunted foul. Strike 1.
I'm not so sure that's in this situation, the way he's swinging the bat. I'm not so sure you do that here. I mean, if he gets it down, it's a base hit. But I mean, he's hot. Look at the last 3 games. He's 7 for 14.
Yeah, he hit 429 for the life of the road trip.
I mean, normally that's good thinking by Sean, but he's been swinging the bat so well. I like to see him drive these runs in and not leave it for Carlos Pena.
And he started to go laid off. So he held up on the slider, and the count is 1-1.
I guarantee you George Hendrick is letting Matt Joyce know to make sure you get a big jump. Well, you know, he carried the bat, but he didn't break the wrist. That's a tough call. I think it was the right call by James Hoy, first base umpire.
He stays with the slider and throws it for a strike. 1-2. Rays have a run home. Crawford at second, Joyce at first. This will be the 30th pitch of the inning for Matsuzaka. And a swing and a miss, a fastball away. And Rodriguez is out on strikes. Rays get a run, driven home on the double by Carl Crawford. Still an inning, 1-0 Tampa Bay.
The Rays writer on FoxSportsFlorida.com. Dave has a live chat going. You can log on to chat away. And how's it going so far?
Real good. A lot of interest tonight. And, you know, nothing like a successful road trip to create a lot of optimism.
What are some of the popular topics?
Just Rodriguez is getting a lot of props. Pitching. Everybody seems to be very upbeat. And an early lead helps, too.
1-0 Rays. Usually we get a lot of Red Sox fans that infiltrate as well and have their opinion. Any Sox fans so far?
No Sox fans to speak of. I think all those injuries may be taking a toll on the chatters.
Well, FoxSportsFlorida.com and the Rays page is where to go to live chat with Dave Scheiber tonight. Guys, back to you.
All right, thank you, fellas. A ball, no strikes, the count to J.D. Drew. The Rays have the shift on for him. And with that foul ball and strike one, Evan Longoria moves from his third base spot over toward the middle of the left side of the infield where the shortstop would normally be. Bartlett and Rodriguez shifted around to the right. And it's a 2-1 count.
And the reason you do that the first strike and you go back on the second strike or after the first strike is that you don't expect J.D. Drew to bunt and put himself in the hole should he foul it off.
Ball 3-1. Garza left a couple men on base in the first inning. Gave up a bunt single and a walk. That's a strike. Drew trying to convince Laz Diaz that pitch was up. Diaz wouldn't go for it.
Well, he already showed on the call to Eric Patterson he's going to call the higher part of the zone tonight, which is right. This happens to be the top part of the strike zone, but that was a good pitch.
3-2. And fly ball lifted toward Crawford in left. Carl's right there for it. One away.
And what that did, it made J.D. Drew swing at that pitch, which is a little bit higher, because Laz Diaz will call the top part of the zone.
And right there's another example, Kevin, of moving a game along with a strike zone that's not as restricted as it sometimes can be. You call that high strike, you call the outer corners of the plate, things will move along.
It's still a strike. By the book rule, it's a strike if you want to go by that. I mean, and Fox Tracks showed you that as well. And that's all hitters want to know. Are you going to be calling that tonight?
Yep. Phil Hall, the pitch to him is a high fastball, 1-0.
They just try to get a read on how you're calling the game that night. As long as you're consistent, both sides to both ball clubs, and it is truly a strike, then you don't really have a problem with that.
Wave and a miss, and the count is 1-1. Well, I'm going to make a little note in the umpires section of my little book here that
I like that.
Laz Diaz is calling a high strike on this date. We'll see if that turns out to be consistent throughout the rest of the
I like it.
Summer.
I like it. Well, we've found out that some teams have their own computerized scouting system on the umpires. I know the Texas Rangers do.
Again, it's 1-2.
Which I still like the human element of that. Balls and strikes will never come in to play as far as replay. That's a great pitch.
Yeah, I'm with you there. I think, an umpire's all hitters or pitchers ask is that it be consistent.
That's right.
And that's fine. Liner into center field, and Paul has a base hit. Zobrist returns it to the infield. 1-out single on the liner. Take advantage of all the summer fun. With Summer Select 6-packs, you can pick any 6 games in July or August. Packs start at just $50. Call 888-FAN-RAYS or visit RaysBaseball.com right now. Mike Cameron.
That wasn't a bad slider Matt threw. I mean, Bill Hall just stayed right on that. Shot into center field. Contact mode right there.
Ground ball down to first. Pena, nice pickup by Bartlett. Throw back to first. They still get him on a 3-6-3 double play. Boy, that's a nice job on that throw down from Pena. Bartlett picked it and returned it to Carlos to complete the double play. 1-0 Rays, middle of the second. to the Pediatric Cancer Foundation for every Tampa Bay Rays home run televised on Sun Sports and Fox Sports Florida. Carlos Pena will open the inning for the Rays. Jason Bartlett and John Jaso, 7, 8, and 9 hitters. You know, if you think about it, with those three guys hitting 7, 8, and 9, I mean, that could be, you know, the rest of your lineup represents the need for those guys to hit 7, 8, and 9. That ought to be a pretty good hitting lineup.
That would be a good thing, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, Carlos normally has been your 4 hitter. Bartlett last year a leadoff hitter, and Jaso's been everywhere in the lineup.
A little roller out to Scutaro on the first base side of second. The shortstop makes that play out of the shift. So Carlos went after the first pitch and rolls out. And now it's Jason Bartlett. Ball, no strikes. Matsuzaka's 2-5 lifetime against the Rays, and he's gone 1-2 here at Tropicana Field, but he's held the Rays to an average under 200 here at Tropicana Field, and losing 2 of those 3 decisions. 1-1 the count.
He puts a lot of runners on, but like I said, he pitches tough when men are on base. He tries to get you to chase constantly.
Yeah, it's as if he's enticing you with every pitch he throws.
That's exactly what he does. I mean, it's by design. You can't tell me that he can't throw strike 1, strike 2 if he wants to down the middle. That's how he pitches. That's how he pitched in Japan.
This one is foul, out of play.
Of course, there's not the pitch count in Japan like there is here. I mean, for Terry Francona, he's maxed out around 110, 111, 112 pitches. Of course, Terry, although the bullpen numbers aren't that good, but normally he has just one of the better bullpens in baseball.
This pitch in on Bartlett, and he hits a little soft liner to first. You know, the thought occurred to me, and we'll have to go back in history to make this germane, but the thought occurred to me that Matsuzaka pitches the way Gypsy Rose Lee used to dance.
Go ahead.
She'd have those fans, you know, and she'd just entice you a little bit here and there. That's the way Matsuzaka approaches pitching every time he starts.
Yeah, I was a Natalie Wood fan, so I remember her in the movie.
There you go.
I definitely remember what you're talking about.
John Jaso, and the pitch is a strike.
But there's a lot of truth to that. I mean, even that last pitch to Jason, that was a ball in off the plate. I mean, you just don't know when this guy's going to throw a strike.
Fly ball the other way. Patterson backs up and makes the catch, and the Rays are up and down 1-2-3. We go to the third, and the Rays lead 1-0. for a limited time, you can take advantage of the Autoway Buy 3, Get 1 free tire special at all Autoway dealerships. Go to AutowayServiceCenters.com for locations and to schedule your appointment. Through 2, Matt Garza walked a man and allowed a couple of hits. And he'll face Kevin Cash, the number 9 hitter, the catcher, to lead it off. Cash, then Scutaro and Patterson. Which is upstairs, a fastball. 1-0. Garza tonight trying to win his 10th game of the year. He's 9-5 this year, and he's trying to win his 9th game lifetime against Boston. He comes in 8-3 against the Red Sox. And there's a strike. It's 1-1.
And with one more start to go, I mean, if he gets into double figures, it turns out to be a pretty good first half for Matt.
Into short center. Zobrist coming straight in, and he makes the catch. That'll be the first out in the 3rd. We'll go back around to the top of the order, and we'll go back to our top of the order. Here's Todd Callis.
Dwayne, thank you so much as we continue to promote awareness of ALS night here at Tropicana Field on July 5th. We have Steve Franks with us, and he was diagnosed with ALS in 2003, and his twin daughters, Melissa and Danielle. And you guys were 15 years old when he was diagnosed. Why don't we start with Melissa? Can you explain to us how Lou Gehrig's disease, ALS, has affected your dad?
Well, we've been very lucky. Most patients die within 2 to 5 years of diagnosis, and our dad's already lived 7 years. But as we enjoy every moment right now, we know our present or our future won't be that great, and that eventually he'll lose his ability to walk and talk and then eat and eventually breathe. So it won't be an easy future, but we're enjoying what we have right now.
It is a very tough thing to deal with. I know, Steve, you're very emotional about this. Danielle, can you tell us how it has impacted your family?
It's tough, it's hard. Every Christmas, every birthday, you wonder what's the next birthday going to be like. But for the ALS Association and the support that they provided for us, it's really been a great support family for our family. And we actually find a lot of togetherness through volunteering and fundraising for the association. So that's been one really helpful part of our lives.
ALS-Florida.org is the place to go to get more information. I know you should be very proud. You've got a great family here, great support group around you, Steve. Thank you very much. Thank you, guys. It's an insidious disease, and they have a great support group here. We want you to go to ALS-Florida.org for more information. Thank you, Melissa. Thank you, Danielle. Thank you, Steve. Back to you guys.
Yeah, the message on their shirt says it all. Strike out ALS. And we hope that in our lifetimes and in the near future, we can accomplish that aim.
That was powerful. His twin daughters. A nice support group. Strong.
1-2 the count to Marco Scutaro. Bases empty, 1 out. Scutaro bunted his way on in the first. Two balls, 2 strikes, a fastball wide. And a shot lifted into left center field. Crawford on the run. Center. That ball had just enough hang time for Carl to outrun it and get there.
Is there any doubt why he's an all-star, the starting left fielder for the American League? Not just the offense. I've said it a dozen times. He should have won a Gold Glove last year. He will definitely win one this year. That took a double, maybe a triple away from Marco Scutaro right there. And how about Matt Garza? The appreciation he's showing right there. for Carl Crawford.
Well, you talk about picking up your pitcher. And Garza showing his gratitude right there on that great catch by Carl Crawford. That was a thing of beauty.
He's out there every day busting his tail just like that. Going right, going left, coming in. He closes as fast as anybody I've seen in baseball.
We'll strike the count to Eric Patterson. This one is wide. 1-1.
You know, I got a chance to work in the Dodger system with Roy Campanella, and he used to say you can't outrun the ball. I think Carl Crawford can outrun the ball.
I think so. Swing and a miss on the high fastball. The count is 1-2. Well, the other thing that does for you, you can see Garza's reaction, but that really fires up a pitcher. When you've got somebody make a great play like that behind you, you can't help but be uplifted.
You're not kidding. Well, we've already seen two great defensive plays. The double play, especially the pick by Bartlett. That was a great pick by Pena. And Bartlett saved it by picking it and turning 2 on that one, the end last inning. And then this was probably a double, maybe a triple.
Well, I think we say it every night. You see 3 to 5 great plays out of this defense every night.
And, you know, to start the season, that was one of our keys, the defense, because you and I both know what kind of defensive talent's out there. Now, Sean Rodriguez, I had never seen before. He's as impressive, too.
Yeah, he certainly has been at second base in any number of ways at second.
He can flat out play defense. He can flat out play second base. So, I mean, you had one more guy. Everybody out there can play solid defense.
Another foul ball off the foot of Patterson. So the count holds at 2-2. Well, I had a chance to run into Sean's dad, Johnny Rodriguez. You know, he's the skipper of the Cardinals Quad Cities affiliate, and they were at their break, and so he was in here on the last homestand.
Oh, that's great.
For a couple days. He got a chance to see Sean play, and I'd known him from days back in the New York Yankee system. And he is so proud of Sean Rodriguez and proud first and foremost of his great defense. That's fouled back, and so the count holds at 2-2. And we talked about his son Sean, and I said, you know, he's been very impressive. I said, especially the defense. He says that's what I emphasized from the time he had a glove, to play good defense.
Well, you can tell that. There's no doubt about it. He's always engaged. He's always ready. He's got great range. Love the way he turns too. Got a strong arm.
Upstairs. So the count is full.
You know, I was listening on radio while you guys were doing the game against the Twins, and Danny Gladden, the former big league player, World Series ring and all that with the Twins, was talking about the defense. He'd never really seen him play either. And he said, wow, this guy can play second. He can turn too. I mean, of course, he had just picked a Jason Kubel ball.
Yeah.
Saved a run.
Well, he can start a double play with the best of them and do it ranging far to his left, and he hangs in there on turning the double play as well as anybody. Got a great arm. So when you look around this defense, the Rays can run out there at you, and that catch by Carl Crawford in this inning, just a shining example of that. Long shot deep down the right field line. That ball is a fair ball and gone. 3-2 pitch, and Patterson hits it inside the foul pole and out of here. That's his first home run for the Boston Red Sox. That's his 5th home run of the year. And the game is tied.
Boy, he launched that one. It's I believe, a breaking ball. Take another look. Oh, yeah, that's a hanging slider. Well, that's just a hanger. I mean, if it throws this good one, it's an out. The mistakes get hit, and Patterson didn't miss it.
The Garza tried to put some English on it, but it stayed straight and fair. And so Patterson ties the game. Now here's Ortiz taking a pitch upstairs. 1-0.
That's why you can't sleep on the Red Sox, just because they've got some key injuries and guys out. They've added some pieces for a reason, and Patterson's one of those guys they've added.
Now 2-0. So the Rays with a run in the first, and the Red Sox a run back here in the top of the third. Ortiz looking for a 2-0 fastball, got one and fouled it back. And our Toyota trend, look at this Boston offense. Third in average, you get down to runs first. RBIs first, slugging percentage first. They've scored now 449 runs.
Yeah, I didn't really understand when I heard a lot of analysts and even fans on different shows, radio shows, saying the Red Sox won't score enough runs. I didn't get that, because I thought adding Beltre and Cameron, who's obviously was hurt a long time, but you know, with Youkilis and Pedroia and Ortiz swinging the way he is now, like he has in the past, there's plenty of offense here.
2-2 now.
And Victor Martinez was here for a full year for the first time, although he's hurt now as well. I didn't get that. Ellsbury, of course, has been out, but you know, if you look at their original starting lineup, that lineup could produce plenty of runs, and has.
A 2-2 count to Ortiz. And we go full. Two-out home run by Eric Patterson. The game is tied. Run 3 hits down for Boston. And it's low. And Ortiz walks for the second time. Hickey's going to go to the mound before Kevin Youkilis steps in.
All fastballs to David Ortiz. Not one secondary pitch to David.
So while the Rays talk it over on the Hill, I'll remind you that for the news touching your life, turn to the St. Petersburg Times, winner of 2 2009 Pulitzer Prizes for excellence in journalism. Subscribe to the Times, the official newspaper of the Rays, by calling 877-THE-TIMES or visit TampaBay.com. Well, a few pitches here to the last 2 hitters. He went 3-2 to Patterson. And Patterson had fouled off some pitches, and on the 10th pitch of that at bat, he hit the home run. Then a 3-2 walk to Ortiz. And now here's the dangerous Kevin Youkilis. And the breaking ball, after all those fastballs, a breaking ball to start Youkilis for a strike.
Well, I mean, I'm all for fastball command, but you've got to bring your secondary pitches along, and that's why I'm sure Jim Hickey mentioned that. Don't forget about your curveball, too.
This pitch fouled away. Slider.
A couple breaking balls right there. Because you can see when Matt gets out of sync, it becomes power, power, and then more power, and the delivery starts really flying open. And first of all, when you fly open, the hitter sees the ball longer, and you have a lot less command, and usually the ball's up in the zone.
And that one Actually, that one kind of backed up a little bit, a slider, but it jammed Euclid.
It sure did. That's exactly what it did. It was a backup slider. He tried to power it so hard to get it down a way that he got over it so high that it backs up. That's the sight. See the spin from that center field shot, but it actually comes back into the right-hander swing. Almost like a screwball slider.
Another slider, this one down and away, so he stayed all, started with a curveball, then slider, slider, slider after all those fastballs.
Yeah, we'll see if he powers one up here now. Kevin doesn't chase too often, but gotta believe he's going to power a fastball here.
And he tries to go in with it.
Yeah,
that's a bit too much, and it's 2-2.
That's a good call. That's the right call after 4 breaking balls. Just got to hit your spot with it. You got one shot to do it, 1 and 2, and you miss.
And a shot back into right field off a fastball, headed toward the corner, and the ball hits the wall. Played by Joyce. They're going to send Ortiz. The throw to the plate is not in time, and Boston takes a 2-1 lead. Ortiz just got in there ahead of the attempted tag by Jaso, and Boston leads 2-1 on a triple to the opposite field by Kevin Euclid.
Yeah, that play took an awful long time developing. A lot of hang time on the fly ball. Long way to go for Matt Joyce. There's a fastball up and out over the plate. Very hittable pitch. Tough right there because it hit the top of that fencing right there. Nice strong throw though by Rodriguez. Look at that. Now, I think if John Jaso can stay back on the plate. See, he's in front of the plate. If he stays back on the plate and takes the longer hop, he's got a chance to do 2 things. Block Ortiz off, as big as Ortiz is, and pick the ball easier. But he was in front of the plate, and the ball ate him up.
Here's Beltre. Swinging and missing, and boy, Beltre took a big cut at that fastball.
See where he's at? He's got to be back here, straddled back here. He's in front of the plate. And when you do that, see David Ortiz get the left hand in there, you let the hitter, the runner, see the plate. And from right field, you've got to back up and straddle the plate. And he's got to go right through you to score instead of around you, behind you.
Line drive into left. That's going to fall in front of Crawford. Euclid scores, and now it's 3-1 as Beltre singles off a fastball, driving in his 54th run.
Well, the pitches that have been hit have been mistakes. The hanging slider to Patterson, the hanging up fastball to Euclid, and that's just a fastball right in the wheelhouse for Beltre. I mean, that's just thigh high, and that's what he loves to hit. Just drops it in front of Carl Crawford.
All of this with 2 outs. Patterson hit the home run. 2 more runs have scored. And the pitch is a strike to J.D. Drew.
Those were just all very hittable pitches, though.
Strike at the knees. 0-2.
Thing catchers have to learn. The ball will get there quicker than you can go get it. Take the plate completely away, especially from right field, because the runner becomes he hides behind you somewhere. You got to reach for him. When you take the plate completely away and straddle it, he's either got to knock you over or go through you to score. He can't get his left hand in there like that, like David Ortiz did.
And a little tap. That's going to be a tough play. Garza's going to just hold it. So it's an infield hit. Drew on the tap to the third base side of the mound has a base hit. The Red Sox have put 5 consecutive men on base, ranging from the home run by Patterson to that infield hit by Drew.
A little talk by Pena to Matt Garza. Let's end it right here. Not let this game get out of hand. It's only 3-1.
Up to 36 pitches in this inning. There's Bill Hall, the 8th man to come to the plate. And he's fouling the first pitch fastball. That's a strike. Now the challenge is when you're in this situation is not to let the game speed up on you.
That's right. Slow it down. Back it up. Don't rush the end of an inning.
One ball, one strike. Beltre at second and Drews at first. And the foul. The fastball jammed him, and it's fouled out of play. Now 1-2.
Billy Hull's got some power too, but he's also a guy that will expand his zone. Good time for a good breaking ball down.
Yeah, that second pitch he threw him was a breaking ball that stayed in a little bit.
Yep.
But you want to get one down and away.
Yeah, just nice. Take a little off that nice slider, let it break for you.
And a foul ball, fastball.
Those are dangerous pitches because a 3-run home run makes it a 6-1 ball game. Billy Hull can hit a fastball. This guy's hit over 30 home runs in the big leagues before with Milwaukee. This guy was an interesting and actually a good pickup as it turned out for the Red Sox. He can play a variety of positions for you.
And he fouls it away. Back with a slider, and the count holds at a ball, 2 strikes.
You could see Matt, raising his arms there in frustration because that was a hanger. That was a good selection.
Yeah, in this sequence, you're right. That one and that curveball he tried to throw the second pitch, 2 not so good pitches.
Yeah, just not getting that slider down with that good tilt that he normally does.
Hit up the middle. That comes off a slider. Another run will score. Beltre crosses the plate. Now it's a 4-run inning and a 4-1 game. Drew stopped at second.
Again, this is a slider that's just up. It's not that one down and that he normally gets in the dirt. It's up and out over the plate a little bit. And Hall's in contact mode again and just shoots it right back up the middle. That was actually a better one than the one before, but Hall was just thinking contact. He was able to find a hole.
There's Mike Cameron, who grounded into the double play his first time. Ray's just looking for the 3rd out. All of this coming with 2 outs, by the way. Five hits and a walk in the mix since the first 2 men were retired. And 4 runs have scored. 2 men aboard right now. 1-0 the count to Cameron.
And that's tough, too, because that pitch count is really up there right now. It's pushing toward 80.
And that's high. Fastball, 2-0.
Yeah, they're going to have to get somebody up. Absolutely agree with this.
Jim Hickey on the phone to the bullpen. There's a strike. It's 2-1.
Andy getting up. Andy Sonnenstein's done a nice job pitching out of the pen in the first half this year.
High fastball. It's 3-1 now. Garza pitching to his 9th hitter in the 3rd inning. Now the count is full to Cameron. Drew's at second, Hall's at first. They'll be breaking with this pitch. Two pitches on the evening right now for Garza. Swing and a miss. Cameron's out on strikes. Struck him out with a fastball. Red Sox score 4-1 Boston.
But lately, with guys slumping, it hasn't been the case. Back to you, Dwayne and Kevin.
Well, the top of the lineup for the Rays tonight, Ben Zobrist leads off and takes the first pitch for a strike. Rays down by 3. It could have been worse in that long top of the 3rd. The Rays trail 4-1 now. And so getting out of that without further damage was key, because they're still very much in this game.
Oh, long way to go. Absolutely.
49 pitches made by Garza in the 3rd. 40 of those, by the way, came after the second out was recorded.
Yeah, and with Andy Sonnenstein still warming up, I think that's it for Matt tonight. Here's Andy. He's getting ready to come in.
Pitch is down, 3-1. So Garza at 84 pitches through 3, and Sonnenstein continues to throw in the bullpen. So that'll be the evening complete for Matt Garza tonight. And there's ball 4. Zobrist is aboard. Well, Kevin, we're at game 82 here tonight. Second half, what do you think?
Well, We had 3 keys to start the first half. A couple of them have changed now because the lineup to me is really the consistency. And Joe Madden just touched on that. That's something that you and I have talked about actually for really probably a month, is lineup consistency. And really the only consistent part of the lineup, just to take number 1 first here, is Crawford and Longoria, the 2 and 3 spots. And I'm not putting that on Joe Madden. I'm putting that on the players. Joe's trying to find that right lineup. And if you get put in that one spot, do the job there. But, he's trying to find a 4 and 5 hitter. And if, Matt Joyce becomes one of those guys, or Willie Ibar, and they keep doing the job, they'll be put back in there. So I understand what Joe's talking about. But I think that's really important to have more of a stable lineup where guys know their roles. And, if they're supposed to be a run producer versus an on-base guy. Well, that's number 1 for me here in the second half. I see 64 different lineups.
1-1 the count to Carl Crawford. Zobrist aboard for the second time. And Carl strokes it into right. There's the base hit. The Rays come right back, putting the first 2 men on in the bottom of the third.
Which also goes why you and I like Ben Zobrist leading off. I could see him staying there because he does work the count. And he does get on base a lot, and he can steal a base. And here's Carl, another backdoor breaking ball. The same pitch he doubled to right field on in the first inning. He gets it again and drills a single to right field here in his second at bat. The other couple of things are pretty basic. We've talked about the defense. Well, that's got to continue, and it has. Because that's really one of the big reasons why they have the record they have, as good as it's been. And then home field advantage. You got to win at home, and so far it's been a scuffle.
Evan Longoria lifting a popper into short right. Drew coming in, and he makes the catch. Still first and second here with 1 out. Yeah, because the Rays last year were 52 and 29 at home. Right now they're 20 and 19 at home this year.
Yeah, they've accomplished what Joe Madden talked about in the spring, and that's doing a better job on the road. It's been very, very good on the road, but home, you feel comfortable here. The guys like pitching here, they like playing here, and other clubs have come in here and made it feel like their home. Especially this club tonight, the Boston Red Sox.
Here's Willie Ibar. Goes after the first pitch. Rolls it foul. That's a strike. The Rays facing Matsuzaka. He comes in with an earned run average of 4.5. Missed a big part of last year with shoulder issues. This is his 11th start of the season this year. And a long foul that was out in front. 2 strikes. Boston starting the day a game and a half behind New York. The Rays 2 games back. First of 3 here between these 2 clubs at Tropicana Field in this series. One and 2.
Rough first inning, but a very economical second inning. Only 8 pitches, 50 overall.
And he has Ibar out in front. Changed up on him and strikes him out.
Yeah, he turned it over. Got the screwball effect of that pitch. Gets Willie to chase. Willie hasn't swung at a strike yet in his 2 at-bats. But that's kind of what we're talking about. Willie did a nice job in Minnesota there in the 4th spot. And then, so Joe's saying, I'm going to give you an opportunity. Now you got a couple of big strikeouts with men on base here in his first 2 at-bats.
Matt Joyce. And the breaking ball is down.
You got to take your opportunity to hit fourth or fifth in this lineup and go for it. You know, Joe's, that's why he keeps trying different lineups.
And a curveball that breaks over. It started wide. Joyce takes it for strike one. Ball off the plate. 2-1, and that's what Matsuzaka will do. He'll throw you that breaking ball that starts wide and breaks over, and then keep the fastball away from you.
He gets you to chase. I mean, guys don't miss too many strikes that he throws, but they'll chase because he's got so much movement. And as you use the word entice, that's what he does. He entices you to chase.
And Joyce checked. That runs the count to 3-1.
A couple of pretty good takes right there, but that's typical Daisuke. Trying to get you to chase a breaking ball right there. And this pitch, this won't be a cookie down the middle either. As he knows there's a base open at third as well as there would have been at first if runners are second and third. He treats it the same way, so he doesn't care. And he has no fear pitching with the bases loaded.
Three and one to count to Joyce. And that's a strike. Fastball, but it was not a fat one.
Now you got a piece. Look, he's trying to go in. He missed location. And still gets a strike out of it.
Yeah, he made a great pitch right there.
Nothing Matt really could do with that. I mean, he's trying to go in and he missed away. He still hit the corner.
3-2 now.
You might see that same pitch he threw Ibar where that screwball. That gyro ball. He just turns a pitch over is all it is.
Three and two the count. And Joyce pops it up left side, and that's the shortstop Scudero taking care of that. Rays lead 2-3, 4-1 Boston. TNT trivia question. Who is the only active player to hit 4 home runs in a single game? Kevin Cash will open the inning here against Andy Sonnenstein, the new Rays pitcher. He goes after the first pitch and pops it up. Foul ball. Pena's after it. Sonnenstein's over there in the neighborhood as well, but Carlos Pena takes care of that foul pop up. 1 pitch, 1 out. Andy's 26th appearance.
Good strikeout to walk ratio right there, 3 to 1. 31 2/3 innings.
He faces Marco Scutaro. Pitch is a strike. Would it be too much of a clue if we told you that the answer to our trivia question is in the ballpark tonight?
I knew it.
Yep. Oh, 2. Count still 2 strikes.
To really be in the flow, don't you, to hit 4 home runs?
Sure do.
In one game.
Yes, you do.
I mean,
pitch is down. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Up the opposite side. Yeah, I was just thinking about that. Here we are halfway through the schedule, and we have 18 hitters in these 2 lineups, and there are 8 hitters who don't have as many as 4 home runs the entire first half of the season.
That's right.
This guy hit 4 in 1 game. And there's some irony in that.
Should we say who it's not?
Inside 2-2. Well, the irony is that he's one of the 8 guys who has not hit 4 home runs in the first half of this season.
There you go. So we know it's not David Ortiz.
That's it.
That was my clue.
Full count. A breaking ball to Scutaro, missed. By Longoria in foul ground.
You know, this spot really for Scutaro, this is where he thrived last year with Toronto. I mean, obviously you want Ellsbury there if and when he gets healthy. Capable of stealing 70, but he did a good job for Toronto in the leadoff spot, which is why he got a 2-year deal, got a chance to play every day. I believe he hit over 280, didn't he, last year?
Ground ball to the shortstop. Bartlett's throw is in time to get Scutaro. In fact, Scutaro hit 282 last year with the Blue Jays. And just a reminder to be on the lookout for the Miller Lite Taste Greatness moment coming up later in tonight's game. The Rays hoping that there will be greater moments than we've seen so far.
Yeah, I think so.
trying to hold it right here. Rays down by 3. Pitch is down and away. 1 ball, no strikes. Eric Patterson started the 4-run third with his first Boston Red Sox home run. He had 4 with Oakland. 1-1. The 3-2 pitch, the 10th pitch of the at-bat. Right down the line.
Yeah. Slider that hung up there. You know, one thing the Red Sox have not seen tonight, they haven't seen one changeup.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Everything's been hard. Cutters, sliders, fastballs, a couple of curveballs. Matt Garza threw that didn't get calls on. Pretty good curveball. Everything's been hard tonight.
Garza worked 3 innings, gave up 4 runs, 7 hits, 2 walks, a couple strikeouts, surrendered a home run, made 84 pitches, and now it's Andy Sonnenstein. Take the count to 2-2.
Well, I like that pitch, the selection, because that little movement tailing away from Eric, who's trying to yank.
And he does. It's a high shot deep into right, and that one is out of here. A breaking ball, and Patterson hits his 2nd home run in as many at-bats, and that will make it 5-1. So Patterson, who homered in the 3rd, homers in the 4th.
Yeah, another breaking ball. This is a little breaking ball as well. He goes down and gets. I like the pitch before because it had fading action away, and you could tell he's just been trying to yank all night long. That's right into a lefty's wheelhouse right there.
So it's a 4-run game now, 5-1 Boston. David Ortiz. Pitch is a strike.
You really need stuff to neutralize lefties by going away. 2-seamers or some changeups.
One ball, 1 strike. Strike on the inside corner. Ortiz doesn't appear to agree. It's low. 2-2.
Look at the guys that have hurt the Rays tonight. Eric Patterson playing because of injuries. He's got 2 home runs. And Billy Hall playing because of injuries to Pedroia. He's got 2 base hits and an RBI.
Ortiz reaches down, and it's a high shot deep into right center field. And that ball is caught out there as Joyce and Zobrist crisscross, and Joyce comes down with a baseball. Matt Joyce holds it in deep right center field. A run on the home run by Patterson. Bottom of the 4th. Coming up, 5-1 Boston. AT&T trivia question: who's the only active player to hit 4 home runs in a single game? And the answer is Mike Cameron, the center fielder for the Red Sox. He hit 4 when he was with the Seattle Mariners in a game against the Chicago White Sox. He hit 4 home runs off 2 pitchers in that game. Pitch is down. There were solo home runs. He had 1 off John Roush, and then the other 3 came off the left-hander Jim Parquet.
For him, kid out of UCLA, ended up having arm problems.
It's a ball inside to Sean Rodriguez. 3-1.
Badly Daisuke missed. Trying to go away. He missed by 2 feet inside.
And that's a strike. Says Diaz to take the count full.
A bit of a gift there. I blame Sean for taking that one. Guy's all over the place. He gets that call.
And a tap foul. So he'll have to make another 3-2 pitch. And Suzuka with 3 walks and 3 strikeouts. He gave up a run in the first. He surrendered 2 hits total. Carl Crawford has both those hits. And a swing and a miss. A fastball. Suzuka strikes out Rodriguez for the second time tonight.
Well, he pitches completely backwards. I mean, he gets behind the count and he'll throw you his fastball at 91. A little bit out of the zone, but Las Diaz has called the higher part of the zone, so Sean swings underneath it. But the 3-1 pitch is the one that hurt him, because that looked like it was a ball up and in. And Daisuke got the call.
Carlos Pena in the batter's box. The shift is on defensively for Boston, and the pitch is a strike on a first pitch fastball.
There's that off speed fading away. That's a good pitch to a lefty. If you're a right-hander.
You got Ibar with that pitch in the 3rd inning. Struck him out. There's a line drive, but it's right at Scudero in the shift. 2 outs with the bases empty. Rays team up with the Skills Center. That's a local nonprofit sports-based youth development organization for an equipment drive at Tropicana Field. And the Rays Wives Military Drive will be July 11th. Want to know the count here to Jason Bartlett. A bit too close. 2-0. Strikeout, the line drive. 2 up, 2 down in the 4th. Ground ball headed to short. Scudero gloves and throws, and the Rays are up and down 1-2-3. On to the 5th inning. 5-1 Boston. Rays schedule brought to you by Just for Men Hair Color. Boston in tonight, tomorrow, and Thursday, and then the Cleveland Indians come in. So the Indians in for 4 after the Rays playing tonight, tomorrow, and Wednesday against Boston. First pitch here as Kevin Youkilis takes a strike. And as we look forward to the upcoming Rays schedule, you can live forward with Just for Men Hair Color. Kevin Youkilis right back to the hill. Sonnenstein's toss to first. 1 out.
Well, I'm kind of looking at this as a 5-2 type homestand series.
Yeah.
You know, club won a series in Minnesota, and first time in a while.
Well, that was a big win, taking 3 out of 4.
Big time.
The Twins.
In their park.
They are a very good team, as they always seem to be, and especially up there.
Well, that should give you some confidence coming into this homestand right here. Even down 5-1, there's plenty of time left to still work some at bats against Daisuke and get right back into this game. But you got to put zeros up there now.
Slow breaking ball to Beltre for a strike on the first pitch, and there's a fastball at the knees. 0-2. Jeff Neiman pitches tomorrow against the left-hander Felix Doubront, and then David Price on Wednesday against Tim Wakefield. Upstairs, a ball, 2 strikes. Another look for David Price out there on the outfield wall. No doubt getting some inspiration from Joe Madden's eyewear.
That's it.
Apparently the guy on the mound now, Andy Sonnenstein, has artistic ability.
I was just going there, yeah. I heard about that.
Breaking ball and a big cut. Take a look at the Mercedes-Benz road-ahead pitching matchups. Neiman tomorrow at 6-2 against Felix Doubront. David Price and Tim Wakefield. Again on Sun Sports Wednesday, our coverage begins at 6:30. Ground ball to third, glove by Longoria. His throw is in plenty of time. 2 up, 2 down. Euclid and Beltre retired.
Some nice pitches down this inning for Andy. That was a good pitch to Beltre. Too close to take, and Evan makes that play as well as anybody coming in on a run like that.
J.D. Drew bats with the bases empty. Andy throws him a strike. Well, the Rays were 4-2 on the road trip, and they averaged 5.5 runs a game, and that's very important because if you'll recall on the last homestand, the Rays just could not convert run-scoring opportunities.
That's right. Interleague play is over. Tough time against the Padres scoring runs and the Arizona Diamondbacks, who coming in last week had the worst pitching staff in baseball. That their manager got fired and their general manager recently.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Yeah, the Rays, they had to wonder what the heck was going on. They lose a series to the Diamondbacks, and their manager's fired. They lose a series to the Marlins. Prior to that, the manager gets fired.
Not kidding. That's right. Marlins just won 4 out of 6 against the Rays, and he's gone.
Yeah. 1-3 low, and the count is full.
That's a good pitch right there. That's a tough pitch to take. Box strike.
Wow.
Liked it right at the bottom of the zone.
Foul ball. We'll see another 3-2 pitch.
You know, it's funny. We were talking about Adrian Gonzalez last homestand. How he'll expand his zone and swing at a pitch like you saw JD take. And we'll see what JD does here. But if he thinks he's right, no matter what the umpire says, he'll take it if it's an inch outside or an inch low. A lot of times he'll get rung up looking doing that.
And he fouls this one away. So that'll force another 3-2 pitch. You know, through all of that, the disappointing 20-19 home record and the Rays struggling in interleague. The furthest they've been back to first place all season is 3 games. They've been in first place most of the first half. 2 games out right now. And there's strike 3 call. He took the breaking ball and is out on strikes. Bottom of the 5th coming. It's 5-1 Boston. Let's take a look at that strikeout pitch. home here at Tropicana Field. The Rays beginning a 7-game homestand. We'll be with you tomorrow night at 6:30. First pitch set for 7:10 here. Hope you're making plans to see the Rays on this homestand. John Jaso looks at a strike.
This has the potential to get some base runners. Jaso will work the count. Ben Zobrist on deck will work the count.
Yeah, this really is where you have that number 9 guy in the American League in the lineup as a second leadoff guy.
Exactly, and I think that was Joe Maddon's thinking tonight.
Pitch down right there.
Good eye
by Jaso.
Yeah, good eye, good take.
2-1 to count. Ground ball right side, but Hall is there to glove it. And the toss to Euclid. Jaso's out of there. The Rays started fast when they picked up that run in the first inning, but they have just 2 hits. Crawford's first inning double and the single by Crawford in the third. 3 walks on the night issued by Matsuzaka. Retired 7 in a row now. Here's Ben Zobrist, who has drawn 2 of those walks. 1-0. Coming in, Matsuzaka is averaging a little over 4.5 walks every 9 innings. He's off the plate. 2-0.
Guys like this are actually tough to hit because they're just conveniently wild. I mean, he's doing this intentionally. Like I said earlier, he can throw a strike when he wants to, but he gets so many hitters to chase that he just stays with his own philosophy.
Ground ball, and that's to the middle of base hit into center. Zobrist on for the 3rd straight time. A 1-out single in the 5th this time.
Well, Ben has done his job tonight with a couple of walks, a stolen base, a run scored. Now a 2-0 count. He does get a fastball. Outside part of the plate, but up, and he shoots it right back through Daisuke. A good at bat, right under his glove. Daisuke not exactly ideal as far as finishing off his pitches. He stands straight up and recoil, so we can't glove that ball or get down low enough to pick it.
Carl Crawford takes a big cut at the first pitch, strike 1.
He was looking to make it 5-3, and Carl, we've seen do that early in the count when he gets a good pitch to hit. That was a good pitch to hit. Nothing wrong with taking a shot at turn on one and trying to hit it out. All-star numbers right there, hitting 320 now.
Yeah, with his 2 for 2 tonight. Up to 320. The double in the first was his 20th of the year.
Daisuke's tried twice with that backdoor slider slash cutter and 2 hits to right field because of it.
Foul back, out of play, 1-2.
He went to that gyro screwball pitch he likes to throw. Turned it over there. It's really his version of a changeup.
The foul back. When he first came over here, there was all of the excitement about this secret pitch that he had.
Yeah.
The debate was, what is it? How does he throw it? It's really a non-pitch.
You mean a turn it over change?
How about a changeup? Yeah. How about that? How does that work?
I know.
Something seemed to be lost in translation there for a while.
A lot of hype there.
It's fouled out of play.
Fastball up. Carl stayed alive. Fastball away. Carl stayed alive. Doubt you see 3 fastballs in a white row from Daisuke. He's tried that backdoor breaking ball cutter a couple times, and that's the pitch Carl's jumped on.
The pitch is down, 2-2.
There it is, that gyro pitch. You mean a changeup with some depth? That's all that was. Good take by Carl.
A 2-2 count. And time called. It's a no pitch.
Threw a cutter right there on the no pitch.
So the count is still 2-2 to Carl Crawford. Zobrist at first. He's gone. The pitch is looped and lined into center for a base hit. Zobrist will go to third, and Crawford is 3 for 3. Well, Carl, who had a couple of 4-hit games on the road trip, has 3 hits in his first 3 at-bats tonight.
That's good managing, too, by Joe Madden, putting Ben in motion on the 2-2 count. What it did, it opened up a hole because Scudero was covering the bag. This ball runs in, and Carl just stays inside it and flips it. Watch Marco Scudero here. He has to leave his position. If he's back, he's got that ball. Possibly. But definitely covering second base, he had no chance. Good job by Joe.
Here's Evan Longoria. Evan 0 for 2 tonight. Well, the top 2 guys in the lineup have done their job tonight. Zobrist 2 walks and a single. Crawford 3 hits. They've driven in a run. They've scored a run. Everybody else a collective 0 for 13 with a walk. And there's a fly ball back towards center field. Cameron back for it. He'll make the catch. The tag at third. Zobrist will score. And the Rays have their second run as Longoria picks up his 60th run batted into the year, and that makes it a 3-run game.
Good at bat by Evan. I mean, he tried to drive that ball the other way, and he almost squirted it up enough where he get it over Mike Cameron. Said the ball was down a little bit toward the end of the bat, but a good approach. And he'll take the sac fly at this point in the game because there's still plenty of time left. So the running game, nice at bat by Crawford, good at bat by Longoria, produce a run.
And Ibar takes the pitch off speed. That's ball 1. Well, that off speed stuff has been a problem for him tonight. Struck out on a curveball in the first, and they got him on that changeup, let's call it, in the third.
I think that's fair enough. The famous off speed pitch, changeup. He just turns it over a little bit more than most circle changeups. That's all he does. It's a little bit of a screwball effect.
Down and in. 2-0. Crawford at first base. 2 outs in the inning.
I doubt that conversation was about challenging Willie Ibar 2-0 with a fastball. Probably throw that backdoor cutter again.
And Willie takes it into left field. That's going to fall for a base hit. Fair. Crawford's on his way to third. Ibar heads to second. And the Rays have a little something cooking now with 2 outs. Men at second and third. Ibar's 6th double of the year.
Take a look at this pitch. They're going outside, and look how badly he misses location. He misses middle end. Pitches at the knees, but he missed by a good 12 inches. Instead of away, the ball was inside. Willie gets inside and drops it in a good spot. He'll take it. Sets up a 2-run possibility here for Matt Joyce. with a base hit. Puts you right back in the ball game completely.
So Joyce has walked and has popped to shortstop. And a swing and a miss. The ball gets away, and down the line from third comes Crawford to score. Now it's 5-3, and over to third goes Ibar.
Well, that was a cross-up. We saw John Jaso get crossed up with Matt Garza earlier. That was a cross-up right there. Runner at second base. Of course, you're given a sequence of signs. You see, he's looking breaking ball. He's already turned the glove over. He's waiting for a breaking ball right there, meaning Kevin Cash, and he gets a fastball.
Here comes Crawford down the line on the pass ball.
And he reads it. Good secondary lead, and he crosses the plate easily. As soon as you saw Kevin Cash turn his glove over, you knew he was looking for a breaking ball. Rays will take it.
The Rays with 2 runs home in the 5th. Dustin Richardson up in the Boston bullpen. And a fly ball lifted into left. Patterson is there to make the catch, and that retires the side. The Rays score 2 through 5, 5-3 Boston. In the military drive, they'll be collecting prepackaged foods, games, and other items at gates 1 and 5 through the 2nd inning. Visit RaysBaseball.com/community for a full list of preferred items. Dan Wheeler will take over on the mound for the Rays, making his 34th appearance. He'll face Bill Hall to start the 6th inning. Garza, Sonnenstein, and now Wheeler.
Yeah, good numbers there. A little over about a 3-to-1 strikeout walk ratio, 3-to-1, and 200 batting average against. He's got 4 right-handers in a row right here.
First pitch just a little bit wide. 1-0.
It's going to be a bullpen mix and match for Joe Madden tonight because Matt Garza could only go 3, but that's all right. It is what it is. You got a ball game now. It's only a 2-run game. It's a team you got to climb over.
There's a strike. Caught the corner that time. It's 1-1. Sonnenstein gave the Rays 2 innings. Gave up a run and a hit. You see Hall on the Night 2 for 2. He drove in a run in their 4-run third.
Now Bill Hall with that open stance, when you watch his front leg, he'll close it up. He starts open, he sees the ball well, but when he gets loaded, he'll close that leg up. So he's been able to reach the outside pitch tonight. So sometimes you see that open stance, you go, boy, I can't pitch in. Don't forget about pitching in, because he's hit 2 sliders up the middle tonight and 1 for a run. Got to keep him honest.
1-2 the count. And a chopper down to third. Longoria's throw to first, and Wheeler got him on a fastball there.
Yeah, good fastball away. Got Bill Hall to pull it. But you could see hitter's tendencies if you haven't seen him in a while. With 2 strikes, he really cut his swing down, and he hit 2 breaking balls into center field for base hits in his first 2 at-bats.
1 away, and that brings up Mike Cameron. 0 for 2 on the night. Pitch is away, 1-0. Cameron at 259 on the year now.
Mike came into the year as a 250 lifetime hitter, but he's a guy that will give you, 24, 25 home runs and 80-plus RBIs and great defense in center, and that's exactly why Boston signed him. That's what they wanted from him. Nothing more, nothing less. And
fouls that one. It's 2-1, and he was slowed by the abdominal issues. That really hurt him, because he's got power. He'll strike out, but he got power, and he plays a great center field for him.
And he's a great clubhouse guy. He really is. And in talking to Mike, he felt bad that he had to hit his first home run. He did hit one, I guess, recently, but he's only got 1. He was trying to get that first one out of the way.
There's a strike on the outside corner.
But you're right. The injury really, really slowed him down. He was out for quite a while.
Two the count. And a breaking ball is lined foul down toward the bullpen.
Got a little break there. That ball was up. Mike's eyes lit up, and he got out in front too soon. Get the next one down, you get a strikeout out of it.
And he got it. Threw him the curveball, and it was down. A good break. So Cameron is out on strikes. 2 up and 2 down. Rays fans can get a K cheer card when they come to tomorrow's Rays game against the Red Sox, and count the K's during the game. If Rays pitchers strike out 10 Red Sox hitters during the game, fans receive 2 Papa John pizzas by taking their ticket stub or coupon from CanesStrikeoutContest.com to your Canes Furniture Store. Double up your K's tomorrow against the Red Sox. First pitch to Kevin Cash is a strike.
That was good recognition by Dan Wheelerby, and we've seen him do that this year. His slider wasn't there one pitch. He's not afraid to throw that curveball the next pitch, and he made a nice adjustment and got the strikeout out of it. Give the hitter a different look.
And the breaking ball swung on and missed.
It's nasty. 75-mile-an-hour breaking ball right here. It's a good pitch. That's nasty. Look at the bite on that thing.
0-2 the count to Cash. And he fouls this one. A little bit of it.
Got a good feel for it, so Dan threw it again. Same pitch.
Round out the strikeout. Base is empty with 2 gone. The 0-2 to Cash, and that one Just messed up a bit.
I thought he was calling the. Look into your book there. You're
make another note.
Yeah.
Really.
Sixth inning on. The high pitch is not called anymore.
Looked like a strike.
Well, it was early in the game.
Box track.
Top
I
of the
liked
zone.
it.
There you go.
So it's down, and the count goes to 2-2.
I guess we got to do it by innings, huh?
Yeah, real early in the game, he calls the high strike. You get down about the 5th or 6th. He's not really inclined to call that.
It's like an early a hitter. Early in the game, he'll work the count. Late in the game, he'll swing it at first pitch.
That's right.
All right, we got the vote. All right. It's a lot of info, Joe.
2-2. Breaking ball got him. Swing and a miss. Couple strikeouts in the inning. 1, 2, 3, and we go to the home half of inning 6. It's a 5-3 ball game, Boston.
Now, you know, the All-Star rosters were announced yesterday, and we want to know, who do you think is the biggest snub for the American League All-Star squad? There's one of the choices: Jeff Neiman, Rafael Soriano, Paul Konerko, Kevin Youkilis, Jared Weaver. Text your vote to 789-789, standard message, and data rates applied. Now, Jared Weaver was not on our list yesterday when we had that poll, as Sean Rodriguez will lead things off against Daisuke Matsuzaka in the bottom of the 6th. Andy Pettitte was on that list, but Pettitte today was named to the All-Star team as he replaces Clay Buchholz, just placed on the disabled list. Pettitte had the next most votes by the players in the balloting, so he is automatically named, although he probably would have gotten on anyhow because he was going to be the guy to replace CC Sabathia, who can't be named to the All-Star team because he's pitching on Sunday. So there's still hope for Rafael Soriano or others. Guys, back to you.
Yeah, I think so. There are a couple of situations there that could apply. Rodriguez going after a 2-0 pitch, and it's skied well foul back at third. Out of play. It's 2-1. So that All-Star roster not completely set yet.
I like the new rule, though. If you start on Sunday, and you can't pitch anyway. The managers won't want you to pitch on Tuesday. Oh man, wow. That's not a good pitch. That's twice. Ball's in now. And that's awful. For a guy that's all over the place, gave him a break there. Goodness gracious.
Suzaka's gotten a couple of those breaks, despite the fact that he's missed location.
Well, then it makes Sean swing at that. That's the tough part about it. But yeah, I like that new rule that if you pitch on Sunday, because this game now, you have to win for home field advantage for your league.
And there's Ramirez, the right-hander, Richardson, the left-hander, busy in the bullpen for Boston.
which makes it interesting for David Price because that would be his day to pitch, I believe, the Tuesday.
Yeah, that would be his day, and that's why it's so interesting. The possibilities for the Rays' young lefty.
For him starting, I mean, yeah.
Hey, there's a shot toward the gap in left center field, and that's going to be in there. 2 hops into the wall. Rodriguez around second and puts on the brakes. A 2-base hit for Sean Rodriguez. Well, there's a start for the Rays here in the 6th.
Boy, that sounded good right off the bat. That's what the Goodwood centered makes it right there. Fastball right down the middle. One of the very few fastballs. And Sean was all over it. Beautiful short swing. Good at bat. Good at bat because he should have been hitting 3-1 instead of battled a 2-2, and he worked the count and then he got a cookie.
14th double for Sean Rodriguez. Now it'll be Carlos Pena. Carlos has been victimized twice by the shift on a ground ball and a line drive that he's hit directly to Scutaro, who's on the first base side of second. Carlos fouls this one away the other way, out of play, strike 1.
You could make a case for all 5 guys on that poll question, by the way.
Yes, you could. Absolutely.
And definitely one for Neiman and definitely Soriano.
Yep.
No excuse for Soriano not to be on the club, the All-Star game.
Well, that one outside, 1-1. Well, I think Trevor Cahill is supposed to start Sunday for Oakland.
He is, and you're right.
And that could open a spot.
I think it will.
And one would hope that somewhere the Rays closer would get some serious consideration. This one outside. 2 balls and a strike. Matsuzaka at 100 pitches right now.
It's a typical Daisuke game. A lot of pitches, a lot of standing around, a lot of 3-ball counts, a lot of enticement to chase. Rays are hanging in there.
Big swing and a miss. Saw the pitch up. 2-2.
Yeah, Carlos just asked Laz Diaz, was that a ball? There's that back throw. It's like a little cutter again. Up in his zone. Contact really important here. Try to get Sean at least to third base with 1 out at worst.
And there's ball 3. So a couple of full counts back to back here in the 6th. 3-2 to Pena.
Got to really zone him out here now.
SK taking some time, and Pena, who's prone to stepping out, gets time from Laz Diaz.
Yeah, that doesn't always happen.
That's right.
You got to be sure.
3-2. There it is. And a broken back ground ball foul. So he'll see another 3-2 pitch right after he gets a new bat. Grant Balfour has been active in the Rays bullpen here in the bottom of the 6th. Down there going over the lineup with Bobby Ramos.
Yeah, it goes right back to the top of the order. The top of the 7th, Marco Scutaro.
3-2 again, and it's ball 4. He threw him a breaking pitch and walks him. And the first 2 men are on for the Rays in the 6th.
Not an easy pitch to lay off of, too. That's a nice at bat by Carlos Pena. Well, this is a bunt situation. It's only the 6th inning, but it is a bunt situation. Try to put the tying runs into scoring position with Jaso on deck and then Ben Zobrist. Doesn't mean if Jason gets the count, it'll always be a bunt situation, but I think early it is, and the Red Sox are expecting it.
Corners coming in at a bunt third base side. No play at third. He can't get rid of it, and everybody's safe. Well, they had Beltre coming in from third, and when Matsuzaka looked at third, there was nobody home.
Yeah, that was just not recognition by Daisuke, not knowing where Beltre was. He had no play at third because Beltre was right next to him. Take a look one more time. Nice bunt by Bartlett. You want to make the third baseman field it if you can. And now Beltre gives him some help, but initially Beltre was already about 15 feet on the grass. See where Beltre is? And Daisuke had no recognition of that right away. And by the time he recovers, he decides to put it in his pocket. So that's a good play. Put on the bunts right there just for that reason, to make the defense execute. Bartlett might be the best bunter on the ball club, and he gets a base hit out of it.
So the bases are loaded for the Rays here in the bottom of the 6th. John Jaso's the hitter. Rays down by 2. And he takes a pitch for a strike. Jaso, so far tonight, had a fly ball to left his first time up, grounded out to second in the 5th. And a foul ball back on a pitch up. 2 strikes. Ray's got a double from Rodriguez, the walk to Pena. And what turns out to be a bunt single for Bartlett to load the bases.
I always like to see the first guy do the job, you know, at least put it in play here. I'm not saying even if they turn 2, but got to put it in play.
And this one is wide. Started wide. He tried to backdoor it. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Jaso takes another one very close.
Wow.
And Matsuzaka really wanted that one.
Wow, Daisuke thought he had that. It's showing emotion for a guy that is absolutely all over the place. You're not going to get that pitch. Ball's outside. Not even close. Watch the reaction to Daisuke. Wow. You're begging. Wow. That's a good take by Jason.
2-2 now. And there's ball 3. So the count goes all the way to 3 balls, 2 strikes to Jaso.
Terry Francona's patient. He's seen this before.
Shot up the left side, but foul toward the bullpen.
Well, I'll tell you what, that was a tough pitch because it was at the top part of the zone, and John waited a long time before he said, I better foul this thing off. It's a nice piece of hitting right there to stay alive. Look at this. Look how deep he lets his ball go. A nice job right there by John. That's a tough pitch.
Boy, that's a great shot right there from overhead.
That is. Trying to really track the ball.
Another 3-2 pitch. And a ground ball up the middle. Through into center field, a base hit. Rodriguez scores. Here comes Pena in to score. Over to third goes Bartlett. This game is tied 5-5. Jaso 3-2 pitch right up the middle to chase home Rodriguez and Pena, and the Rays are right back even.
That's a great at bat by John Jaso, and the pitch before reflected that by staying alive on a tough cutter on the back door or fastball, and then he gets another pitch, the same pitch, and now he drives it right back through the middle. 2 pitches almost identical. Great piece of hitting. Nice job. And watch the hustle. I mean, that ball just gets under the glove of Billy Hall. Jaso took such a big turn at first base. And he gets back to first. But that's a great job. Nice at bat.
John Jaso ties this game. Terry Francona makes the pitching change. Call to the bullpen. Brought to you by Met. Runs off him is responsible for men at first and third. Dustin Richardson, the lefty, is the new pitcher. And Ben Zobrist will turn around and bat from the right side with Bartlett at third and Jaso at first. Well, John Jaso coming through with a big base hit to center to tie this game. Now Zobrist hitting right-handed for the first time tonight. And he shows the bunt and takes the pitch for a ball.
Yeah, just about to say it should not be out of the question. As Joe Madden flashing signs to Tom Foley, his third base coach, with nobody out here. Ben's a good bunter as well. That they pulled that bunt play. I mean, may take it off now and give Ben a shot to find a gap. But at least if you're Boston, it has to be in your minds.
And there's the bunt, first base side, tossed to the plate, and he is out. Euclid got the toss to Cash, and Bartlett is cut down. Well, they had Euclid coming in from first base on that bunt. It's a fielder's choice for the first out.
Well, yeah, he's crashing. That's why he got to it so fast. See, Euclid was crashing, and as soon as he crashes as a base runner at first, that's when you take off. That's the only way to defend that play, by the way. And he's a Gold Glover over there at first. So that's a nice play by Euclid.
I'll tell you what, that's a high tag. Look at this. I think he got in there.
Yeah, he sure did.
He got in. He was safe.
Yeah.
So Laz Diaz is also calling the high tag, apparently, because he missed that call.
Yeah, even though the ball beat him. See, as a catcher, you got to get down and block with your shin guards. You can't stay up like that and just put the tag on just because the ball beat you.
There's Crawford now with men at first and second.
Honestly, I don't know who's teaching some of these guys how to block the plate, but this is not how to block the plate. You got to go down on your shin guard and not just, you see him get right to the wickets there as he makes the high tag. It shouldn't even been close.
Wow.
Jason was in there.
So the Rays denied the lead run there. Now Crawford takes a pitch up and in. 1 ball, no strikes. Richardson on for the 7th time. One and one.
How about those numbers? Runners in scoring position. 387. Carr looking for another 4-hit night.
And a fly ball lifted toward left center field. Patterson is there to make the catch, and the runners remain at first and second.
Take a look real quick at Euclid, what he did and how he defended so quickly on the bunt play. He's at first base. Pitcher's going to go to the plate. Watch, he's crashing now. See, as soon as he leaves, Jaso can take off. He left a little early, left as soon as the pitcher started his delivery. That's why he got into that ball so quickly. That's the only way you can defend that. But as a base runner, if you see that, and as a hitter, if you see that, you just take the pitch. Base runner still second base.
Pitching change coming. Boston wants the right-hander. Ramon Ramirez will be the new pitcher with Evan Longoria stepping in. Runners at first and second and 2 outs. First pitch is a fastball in for a strike. 35th appearance for Ramirez. Drove in a run with a sacrifice fly in the 5th. The pitch is down. 1 ball, 1 strike. Rays got down 5-1. They've now tied it 5-5. Jaso at second, Zobrist at first. Too high. 2-1.
Yeah, Ramirez has been hit a little bit this year. Last year, numbers were so much better. ERA is actually pretty high. And the bullpen overall, surprisingly, bullpen ERA is 14th. American League, 4.86 for the Red Sox.
He has a good arm. misses. Ball 3. 3 balls and a strike.
I'll take a look at this pitch. Is it on the outside corner? Good take by Evan. No, it's off. Cash tries to entice a strike right there.
And ball 4. So the bases are loaded. Longoria draws the walk, the 5th of the night issued by Boston pitching. Willie Ibar is going to be the hitter with the bases loaded and 2 outs in the 6th inning.
I'd like to see Willie right here really zone him out now and get his pitch early in the count. Be ready, but get a good pitch to hit. Get over anxious.
Really, a couple strikeouts and a double tonight. And he takes a pitch down and in. 1 ball, no strikes. It's 5 straight pitches out of the strike zone for Ramirez, and Cash goes to the hill.
Yeah, I mean, depending on the pitcher, you want to be aggressively ready, but you don't want to get over anxious and help the guy out when he's all over the place. Pressure's on the pitcher right now.
1-0 the count. And there's that high strike.
Yeah, it's back again.
1-1. He called it a strike early, and he's calling it again here in the 6th. And Fox Track liked it.
Yep, 92. Fox Tracks liked it.
Way wide.
But it was a good take by Willie, because it was a ball that you end up popping up on. So he is trying to zone him out right here. Get something in his wheelhouse. Get the count in his favor still.
2-1 the count. And he started to go, but checked. And that runs the count to 3 balls and a strike.
Yeah, at least he was trying to be aggressive, ready if it was a strike, but was able to hold up. Yeah, he did. Did not break the wrist. But he was ready to launch if that ball was close.
3-1 pitch. And a strike. Takes it to 3-2.
Well, what this does, a base hit now and even a gapper will score all 3 guys because they'll be in motion. Similar to the high strike that he got before.
3-2. He fouls it straight back into the upper deck. Forcing another 3-2 pitch from Ramirez.
Too close to take. Willie takes a good pass at it right here off the inside corner. Good swing at it.
For the second time, the 3-2 pitch about to be made. And a bouncing ball fair back at first. Euclid makes the play unassisted. That retires the side, but the Rays come up with 2. Jaso's base hit ties the game at the end of 6. 10,000 kids 14 and under receive a David Price bobblehead presented by Metro PCS. Visit RaysBaseball.com for tickets to Sunday's game against the Cleveland Indians. Grant Balfour will be the new pitcher for the Rays, their 4th of the game, making his 35th appearance.
Yeah, numbers are very strong right there. The ERA at 2.10. 3 strikeouts, 8 walks, 220 batting average against, and it's a bullpen game now as we are in the final 3 innings.
Garza worked 3, Sonnenstein 2, Wheeler 1, and now Balfour will face the top of the order, Marco Scutaro. Scutaro punted his way on to start the game, takes a pitch, and that's a strike. Each team with 5 runs, each team with 8 hits. 1-1. The slider has been a little more evident this year from Balfour, and it has been a great addition.
Definitely.
He's had that pitch before, but it's been used a lot more.
Yeah, more of an equalizer for him. Hitters can't just look for one pitch, which is his fastball, which is a good one, but that's all you can throw for strikes. You don't have to worry about the breaking ball.
And a line drive right to Sean Rodriguez. That's the first out here in the 7th. Eric Patterson will bat.
Well, the book on Eric tonight, his 2 home runs are breaking balls, slider up, curveball down, and he's tried to launch every time he's been up. And when I say that, I mean he's really tried to pull and do exactly what he accomplished tonight. Slider, 3-2 count, tied the game. Home run off of Matt Garza and a curveball right into his wheelhouse for lefty, off of Andy Sonnenstein.
Fastball is down this time from Balfour, and the count is 2-0. Foul back, out of play.
He takes a big swing, doesn't he?
Yes, he does.
Not getting cheated up there.
He takes ball 3. See him shorten on the bat, and he's ahead in the count 3-1.
Well, that was interesting with a 2-1 count, knowing he's probably going to get another fastball to even do that.
3-1 popped up, foul. That's going to carry right back out of play, however. So the count is full.
Yeah, he chased up on that one. 3-1 fastball up and out of the zone. Let's see if he'll chase one up again. Swing through it.
3-2. And a liner into right. That's in there for a base hit. Joyce tries to cut it off, and Patterson digs for 2. He has a double. The 9th hit of the night for Boston.
Yeah, well, this pitch is in also. I mean, he's just trying to pull all night long, so you have to check that the next 2 games. Now he's trying to go away, but watch the pitch. He misses over the inside part of the plate, and that's right into his wheelhouse. Lucky that ball didn't go out. Sure double right there. The idea was right to try to go away, but he missed the inner half of the plate.
Well, now David Ortiz is due up, and Jim Hickey trots to the mound. For all the latest updates on the Rays, log on to TampaBay.com. From the diamond to the clubhouse, And everywhere in between, you'll get in-depth news, stories, and scores 24 hours a day only at TampaBay.com. The Rays have just tied it with 2 in the 6th. And with a 1-out double, the Red Sox have a threat in the 7th inning.
This is an interesting matchup because David Ortiz has been on the fastball the last 6 weeks or so. Anybody's fastball, and Grant Belfort's strength is his fastball. So it's all about execution and command of the fastball. And this, now they're not even messing with it. I like that even better.
So they'll issue the intentional walk here to Ortiz with first base open and Euclid due.
Well, you can't fault Joe Madden for ordering that because you know what happened last week. You were there.
Yep. Well, fastball was turned around by Ortiz, and no chance to do that here with the intentional walk.
Well, you set up a double play, you know, and the matchup dictates it too because David's on the power fastball, and that's what Grant is going to throw. And with the righty coming up, even though Euclid is a great hitter, you got a chance to throw your slider to try to get a ground ball and of course your fastball. And hopefully you get the execution and the work. 2 for 7, a couple of punch outs against Grant Belfort.
Randy Choate up in the Rays bullpen.
I just believe too on guys like David Ortiz, if you're going to go out there and say, hey, pitch around this guy, you're better off just saying, you know what, put him on, because that's exactly when your pitcher will make a mistake. If he's not a guy that's, you know, used to doing that. Maybe a Roy Halladay or somebody like that.
Well, there's Kevin Euclid. Euclid tripled in a run and scored in the 3rd. The pitch is down. Ball, no strikes. It prompts a visit from Jaso. Well, Ortiz had gone 3 for 9 with a homer and a walk against Balfour. And so they walk him, and Euclid with a couple hits and 7 at bats against Grant. And a foul ball, 1-1.
See, there's a good slider. That's a good pitch. Kevin Euclid's just got a piece of it, and I think Matt, that pitch is more effective for the righties also. Got out in front. Keep him honest.
One and one to count to Euclid. 55 runs batted in on the year. He's in the top 5 in slugging and on base percentages. 2-1.
Got to make a money pitch right here. That count 2-1. Get your fastball, you got to locate it, got to paint him up.
Oh. 3-1. He threw him a slider, and he laid off.
One thing Euclid does, he's got a 1-to-1 strikeout to walk ratio this year. Coming in 50 walks, 52 strikeouts. Good eye at the plate.
And he pops him up. That pitch foul back and will carry out a play. Fastball came in on him, and the count goes to 3-2.
Anderson has speed. He could be running, but Terry Francona doesn't run very much. He doesn't like to run himself out of an inning just in case. He does strike out.
And there is ball 4. Bases are loaded. Adrian Beltre will be the hitter. And boy, this guy has been trouble to the entire American League this year.
Yeah, and he's a very good fastball hitter, and he's a good mistake hitter. Got to make sure if you throw your fastball, you make a good pitch with it and get him to hit it. Jason Bartlett, I mean, if it's a fastball, you can't throw a ball over the heart of the plate, or he'll back knee the way he swings and launch one.
Pitch is a strike.
Nice.
And around the knees.
Slide ball right there. Nice. Excellent pitch. That's a great pitch.
Trying to hit that same spot with a fastball.
That's a good pitch too, and he's trying to go in, but he missed away, but still had the plate. So he's trying to go in. But that almost identical location to the slider. Should be 0-2.
And a foul back. Takes the count to 1-2.
You got to go for the strikeout now. You can go up the ladder on Adrian. I mean, he'll be aggressive to use his aggressiveness.
Yeah, they want to make sure.
Yeah, against him. If you want to go fastball, that's fine. Make sure it's up and out of the zone. He swings through it. You want to go slider, Vaso has to make sure he blocks it. You got to make sure that's down and really in the dirt. Adrian's always been a guy that will strike out much more than he walks. He likes to swing the bat, especially here. So he will chase.
1-2. He got him. He went up and struck him out. Fastball up. 2 gone.
That's just great execution and great conferencing by Jaso in the infield, and execution by Grant Baltimore. That's the pitch I would have called up, because that's your best pitch. And you use that aggressiveness against him. Great pitch.
Pitching change coming with J.D. Drew due. Back in a moment. By Captain Morgan, when the first 10,000 fans receive a collectible David Price t-shirt presented by the St. Petersburg Times. And after the game, Don't miss Vanilla Ice in concert. Visit RaysBaseball.com to get your tickets today. Well, Randy Choate will be the new pitcher for the Rays to face the left-handed hitter J.D. Drew. The bases are loaded with 2 outs. Some interesting matchups here. Of course, it's the lefty Choate against the lefty Drew, and there's a swing and a miss. But Drew against Balfour was 0 for 6 with a strikeout, and against Choate, even though he's a lefty, he's 3 for 5.
Yeah, and hit by a pitch to go with it. And he wasn't wasting any time on that first pitch. Had good sink to it.
And there's 2 quick strikes by Choate. So far, so good.
Yeah, J.D. Drew will be one of the most patient guys you see, but look at the sink on those pitches by Choate. Those are excellent. Of course, now you're in that breaking ball count. Good sweeping breaking ball fading away if you can get him to chase again. Or if you can get a called third by Las Diaz, that's all right too.
And this one wide. J-So keeps it out in front of him.
Yeah, and that was a sweeper. And J-So's got to be cognizant of that, because Randy sometimes will really
just keep coming.
It'll keep going. Yeah, it'll keep running away from the hitter. And that one did. You got to really track it. As a catcher, really don't leave your eyes out in front of the plate. You got to really track it right into your glove. And you got a big lefty with a sweeping breaking ball like that.
A ball, 2 strikes. And again, it's wide. 2-2. With a slider again. Patterson third, Ortiz at second, Euclid at first. 2 outs, top of the 7th. Game tied, 5-5, and the count is square to Drew, 2-2. He got him! Struck him out! Drew out swinging. Showed a big strikeout to leave the bases loaded. 7th inning stretch time at the ballpark. Here's the strikeout. We're tied 5-5.
Strikeout ALS. We heard that important message earlier from the Franks family, the twins, Melissa and Danielle, speaking so eloquently about their father, Steve. Want to tell people they can donate $5 to ALS. All you have to do is text ALS to 20222. and you can donate $5 to help strike out ALS. Guys, back to you.
All right, a base hit by Matt Joyce to start the bottom of the 7th inning on the first pitch delivered from Ramirez. So the Rays put the leadoff man aboard, and just as quickly as Joyce gets to first, B.J. Upton will come off the bench to run.
Hey, you got to like that, having a guy like B.J. not starting tonight to come off the bench in a tie game against the Red Sox. Put a little bit more pressure on the defense for Boston now.
Sean Rodriguez will be the hitter with Upton, the pinch runner. And a line drive base hit the other way. Rodriguez singles into right. First pitch fastball with Upton stopping at second. Sean's second hit tonight.
Yeah, Boston surprisingly was looking for a bunt. I didn't think there was any chance Sean would be bunting the way he's been swinging the bat, especially with a speed guy like BJ at first base. So they throw him a fastball, and Sean's ready for it. They were expecting bunt. Good piece of hitting because he went through it, went the other way with it. Nice job.
John Farrell, the pitching coach, out on the hill. So the Rays right back, knocking at the door again with men at first and second. Nobody out in the 7th.
And with Pena up, this will not be a bunt situation with Jason Bartlett on deck. This will be a Pena situation to try to hit one out of the ballpark early in the count.
So Carlos Pena, who walked and scored in the 6th, is up here.
And if they stay away from him, they hit one to left center.
You see 3 for 4 lifetime against Ramon Ramirez. Carlos hits it on the ground to the right side. The play's going to be to first. Ball coming to his right out of the shift. So that's a 4-3, and with that shift, he really looked to second, but there was only one play, and that was to first.
If they didn't have the dramatic shift on, you see Scudero up the middle. They're both going for the ball right there. If Scudero had recognized that Billy Hall was going to get to that, he could have broke right to the bag, and they could have possibly had 2. But that's the disadvantage of the shift, and also why with Carlos Pena you wouldn't bunt, because you can do just that, pull the ball to the right side.
So it's second and third with one out, and here's Jason Bartlett.
Of course, squeeze is not out of the question with Joe Madden. And this combination of BJ at third and Jason at home at the plate.
And Bartlett, a little check swing and a roller foul. Strike 1.
Well, that helps eliminate the squeeze because now you're in a pitch out count. Wouldn't be surprised if Terry Francona calls a pitch out within the next 2 pitches here. That's DeMarlo Hale, the bench coach, flashing the signs to catcher Kevin Cash right there. Former third base coach.
Infield up. The pitch down and away. 1-1.
It's also a tough pitch to squeeze on. Now, if you do smell squeeze, you can throw it right at the hitter. That's what your job is. If you smell squeeze and you haven't called pitch out, throw it right at the hitter. Because he'll get out of the way and you get a chance to get the out. Or if you hit him, then the worst, the bases are loaded.
And no pitch. Time called by Laz Diaz. So the count is still 1-1.
I'm glad Laz went with him. Jason, as he called time. Make sure that he didn't see the pitch and call a strike.
Oh, a wave and a miss missed by Bartlett. And a pitch away.
Way off the outside corner. In fact, it was a ball. Too tough to even reach.
The catch, the tag at third. Upton's on his way to the plate, and the Rays take the lead. Rodriguez advanced to third, and the Rays now have a 6-5 lead here with a run home in the seventh.
Well, that's all you're looking for is contact, and they got a fastball. They try to strike Jason out up and in, but they missed up and away. And enough for Jason to get underneath it, get it in the air, and deep enough for J.D. Drew says, I've got no chance to get BJ up and at home plate, so I'll just get the ball back into the infield. Hey, you take that.
Yes, he will. His 30th run batted into the year, and the Rays have a 6-5 lead. Here's John Jaso. And the pitch is a strike. So the Rays have come back from a 5-1 deficit. They now lead 6-5. Two.
Good off speed, back to back right there. John thinking maybe I'll get a fastball for a change.
It's Daniel Bard out of the bullpen. Slow, covered up by Cash. 1-2.
That little nasty biting slider. Not a whole lot of command, but it's got some good bite to it.
This one low, and it's again covered up by Cash.
Yeah, you have to if you're Kevin Cash. You got to expect the ball in the dirt. You know that Sean Rodriguez is expecting that too. Tom Foley talking to him down there right now at third base. Good secondary lead.
And he's under this one, sends a fly ball to center. Cameron is there waiting, and that retires the side. Rays grab the lead with a run, leave one through 7, 6-5 Tampa Bay. Through Home Runs for Food, with each Rays home run this season, the Mosaic Company donates $500 to local food banks through Feeding America Tampa Bay, Florida's leading hunger relief agency. To date, Home Runs for Food has donated $36,000 to Feeding America Tampa Bay. B.J. Upton, after pinch running, stays on to play center field. Ben Zobrist moves from center field to right field. Upton ran for Matt Joyce, who would open the inning with a base hit. And Joaquin Benoit is pitcher number 6 of the night.
How about these numbers? 26 appearance for Joaquin, 0.76 for the ERA, and 34 strikeouts, and only 4 walks, 118 batting average against. He's got 7, 8, 9 here in the 8th inning to face.
Bill Hall, who drove in a run with a base hit in the 3rd and is 2 for 3 tonight, is the leadoff hitter in the 8th. Mike Cameron next, and then Kevin Cash due. Benoit's pitch, fastball wide. Garza worked 3, Sonnenstein 2, Wheeler 1, Balfour 2/3, and Choate 1/3. Right now, Choate and Ramirez are the pitchers of record. There's a strike. Benoit pitched Saturday in Minnesota. He pitched 1 inning and picked up 2 strikeouts.
Well, getting this first hitter this inning is key.
And a foul back. That's out of play. Benoit ahead in the count, 1-2. New York and Oakland through an inning on the West Coast. No score. New York hitting in the top of the 2nd inning against Ben Sheets. To the count. And he got him. Struck him out with a high fastball.
Another good 2-strike sequence going up the ladder. Get him to chase. That's exactly what happened. Can't get to it.
Mike Cameron. The fastball is high. Late on the fastball.
Yeah, and Mike will expand his zone a little bit once in a while too. He was looking fastball. He just got a pitch up he couldn't get to also.
One and one. And a low liner grabbed on the short hop by Longoria. Cameron is out of there. Longoria to Pena. 2 gone.
Number 16, Daniel Nava.
Cash will be lifted. Nava will hit for him. Daniel Nava hitting .306 with a homer and 13 runs batted in.
Early count fastball hitter. Of course, Joaquin has that great changeup, which helps neutralize guys like this. He'll be up there looking fastball early. Try to drive one.
Pitch is up. 1-0. Fastball by him. 1 ball, 1 strike.
You knew he wasn't in close. He was going to try to hit one out of the ballpark. That's what he tried to do right there. Got the ball, had some tailing action to it. A little bit long with the swing.
By him. A little extra on that one from Benoit. He hit 95. And the count is a ball, 2 strikes.
Yeah, that's his best fastball yet in this inning. Up in the zone with 95. And look at the tailing action, too. I mean, you could stay with that pitch. You can also try to strike him out with a changeup. But I don't know that he can catch up right now with those 2 long swings if you throw that same pitch away like that with some tailing action to it.
And he just got a little piece of the changeup to stay alive.
Well, that's the benefit of being 1-2. You got either pitch you can throw. The strikeout changeup. If that's down in the dirt, he strikes out. Or the power fastball. But not threw anything into his swing right here. Meaning a slider. Don't want to throw anything he can catch up with.
The change up again, and it's 2-2.
Your choices are still the same. You can go back and triple up on the changeup, or you can go that fastball, power fastball up and away.
And he fouls the fastball. So we'll see another 2-2 pitch.
Yeah, you don't really want it down there because he can get to that ball. It's the ball up that he'll chase. Normally you wouldn't say that. You'd say that's a good pitch, but that's a ball he can get to. Ball off the outside corner. Got a loop to his swing, so again, I think if it's up, they'll chase.
Now the 2-2, and it's down. Full count now. The fastball missed.
He might pull the string right here. I was thinking, man, now he's got to come in with a better fastball. Throws that good strikeout change over the plate that drops down. He'll get him. I think he's going fastball, though, the way Jaso's setting up.
3-2. And he fouls it. 95-mile-per-hour fastball.
Yeah, that's too good a swing. See, that was a home run swing. He was right on that. See, this is 95, but it's down, and he's a low ball hitter. And that's a good swing. That's a home run swing. Pull the string on him.
An 8-pitch at bat so far.
Or go up. I mean, you go up with a fastball, but I wouldn't say down there.
And the 3-2. He got him. He went up and strikes him out. Fastball upstairs. 2 strikeouts in the inning. 1, 2, 3 go the Red Sox, and the Rays lead 6-5, middle of 8. The home half of the inning. Top of the order, Ben Zobrist will face Daniel Bard, the new pitcher. Gustavo Molina behind the plate now. The pitch is hit on the ground to first. Handled by Euclid. 1 pitch, 1 out. Bard, the 4th pitcher. There's Molina.
Anybody throwing 98 miles an hour, you want to jump on the first pitch with him. Numbers are excellent. 204 earned run average, 40th appearance, 162 batting average against. Very good strikeout to walk ratio. 42 strikeouts, only 12 walks.
Carl Crawford takes a strike. Crawford against Bard, 0 for 2. Carl 3 for 4 on the night. Next one inside. It's 1-1 now.
They're trying to tie Carl up with 96, 97. Rafael Soriano getting ready for the top of the 9th to give him a little bit more cushion.
Cushion is always good.
Always good. Have another run to play with.
A strike. Dropped in there. A little break on it.
Sure did. You're not supposed to do that if you throw 97, 98. It looks actually wide right there. It is.
Strikes. You're not supposed to be able to do that either.
No, not with that nasty fastball. That's why you got to get the fastball early. There's a backdoor breaking ball there that's off the plate too.
Well, that brings up Evan Longoria, who drove in a run with a fly ball in the 5th. He walked in the 6th inning.
It's pretty safe to say there's closer all over Daniel Bard.
Yes.
Very soon, perhaps.
Ball, no strikes, the count.
saw Evan get Daniel Bard. He had about a 99 fastball for a home run to, I believe it was dead center field.
Yep, that's his one career hit off him. Good cut there.
Sure was. Almost the same pitch he hit last year out, 98. Was right on it.
Take a look at this.
98, and Evans ready for it. Good swing. Look at that.
I'd like to see that again.
Oh, yeah.
And it's bounced foul. Baseball at 96. Saka, Richardson, Ramirez, and Bard. For Boston, the Rays have had Garza, Sodenstein, Wheeler, Balfour, Choate, and Benoit. And takes it a bit in. That runs it to 2-2.
That had two-seam movement on it. 93-mile-an-hour two-seamer.
Yeah, we've seen a curveball and a two-seamer, and then 98.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And he will get it to 100.
And he got him. Threw him a breaking ball. So Evans out on strikes. We're at the end of 8, and the Rays lead 6-5.
Biggest AL All-Star snub. Jeff Neiman, TB1, Rafael Soriano, TB2, Paul Konerko, TB3, Kevin Youkilis, TB4, Jared Weaver, TB5, and Rafael Soriano, as he texts your vote to 789-789, 31 appearances, 21 of 22, and it wasn't really a true blown save. He had first and third with a go-ahead run on first, a tying run on third in the 8th inning, and gave up no hits in that Florida game, and that counted as a blown save as Evan Longoria's error tied the game. But what a job for Soriano this year, guys. Back to you.
And tonight he will face the top of the Boston batting order with the Rays leading 6-5, and you see where he ranks among the American League save leaders as he faces Scutaro. And the first pitch is in there, a strike call.
And a couple of those guys have already made the All-Star team. That's Ali Feliz of the Rangers and Joaquin Soria of the Kansas City Royals. Of course, part of that, you got to pick somebody from each team.
And a swing and a miss. Scutaro down on the count 0-2. Patterson due next, and then Ortiz. 7 pitchers tonight. And a ground ball left side, grabbed by Longoria, thrown to first, one away. The scooter roll out, third to first.
That's a good 2-strike slider right there, and a nice job once again by Evan making that play on the run that he makes as well as anybody you can watch here in the American League. Good slider. Great play, getting the short hop that he wants on the run and throws a strike over to Carlos. And look right here, ranging to his left on the move, make sure he's got it. Nice play.
There's Eric Patterson. He's had a very good night for Boston. 2 home runs and a double. And he looks at a fastball. That's a strike.
Oh, nice tailing action to that fastball, too, which is something we haven't seen tonight. Patterson, everything's coming into his swing tonight. He's been able to pull the ball. It was a good pitch tailing away.
And a foul ball laid on the fastball. 2 strikes.
Now he's a guy, too. I think you can get him up with the fastball. Use his aggressiveness against him. But, boy, you make a mistake down and in. He's been raking.
And a shot to center field. Upton is there for it. Backing up. 2 gone. Two up, 2 down in the 9th inning. With the bases empty and 2 outs, David Ortiz settles in here. He's walked 3 times, including an intentional walk in the 7th inning when the Red Sox eventually left the bases loaded. And it was a strikeout by Randy Choate of J.D. Grew that ended that threat. Right now, Choate's the pitcher of record for the Rays. He got 1 out tonight, and it was a big one. Now the pitch to Ortiz misses, 1-0.
And 94 with some movement away.
There's a strike on the outside edge. Ortiz engages Laz Diaz in a discussion about the location of that pitch.
Yeah, had some movement fading away. And Rafael gets the call. Good tailing action on the 94 fastball. Stay right there.
And he does. That's a strike again out there. And Ortiz further discusses the situation with Laz Diaz.
Almost identical pitch. Stay right there.
Foxtrack has him a little off the plate.
Yep.
They agree with Ortiz. A 1-2. Down and in. Hard slider darting. 2-2.
Yeah, David is ready to pull the trigger if he's able to hold up. Thought they'd try to get a back foot slider there to get him to chase. Wouldn't bite him. I think if you can throw one of those fastballs fading away, you can get him.
2-2. And a broken bat looper into left, and there's a base hit. So Ortiz breaks his bat in half on a fastball away. And Ortiz does have a base hit.
Well, that's just a credit to David to put it in play. That's a great pitch by Soriano. That's the right call and the right pitch. He just found a hole, just got it over Evan Longoria. Look at this ball. That's what you got to do with 2 strikes. Expand your zone a little bit, especially when that ball's being called out there. Reminiscent of who? Adrian Gonzalez?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now a pinch runner. Ortiz will depart. Darnell McDonald will run at first. Kevin Youkilis will be the hitter.
Well, Rafael neutralized the power of Ortiz, and that was what he was trying to do.
Pitch away. 1 ball to no strikes. Youkilis tripled home a run and scored a run in the 4-run third. He walked in the 7th. And that pitch is off the plate. 2-0. Ortiz worked an inning yesterday in Minnesota. Got 2 outs, gave up a double to Young, and then got Hardy to end it. Got the first 2 guys here tonight. Ortiz single. McDonald runs for him.
Got to make a money pitch right here. 2-0 to Youkilis.
Jaso asking for time. Two balls, no strikes.
Well, the outfield is extremely deep.
For the first on McDonald, he's back in.
BJ Upton in center. That's as deep as I've ever seen BJ play, but you can understand why, because Kevin can find a gap and like to be able to cut it off so it doesn't get past the outfielders. Try to save the tying run.
And he fouls one back. 2-1.
Kevin feels he got a good pitch to hit, a cookie that he should have driven, but he fouled it back.
One pitch, and it's low. 3-1. Youkilis would not chase that pitch.
For an aggressive hitter like he has really strong pitch recognition. He doesn't chase too often.
And a high foul out of play down the right side on a fastball. That runs the count to 3-2, which with this next pitch will start McDonald, the runner at first. It's a noisy place here in the 9th inning at Tropicana Field.
A lot of energy, understandably.
3-2 the count. Runner goes, the pitch, and a fly ball back into center field. Upton is there. Rays win. A 6-5 victory for the Rays. In the 9th, no runs a hit and a man left. It's a 6-5 victory as the Rays move into second place, a half game in front of Boston. Schultz going to get the win, a save for Soriano, and the loss goes to Ramirez. And tonight's Ames Scott replay, final out, the fly ball to center.
I tell you what, they were trying to go in, and that ball ran and had some cut on it. And he hit it right where BJ was playing. That's why he was playing so deep. And a hang with him for Kevin Youkilis, and another save for Rafael Soriano.
3 hours and 40 minutes to play this game before 28,528 as Soriano picks up his 22nd save. And a quick look at the AL East standings with New York playing on the West Coast in Oakland right now. The Rays move a half game up on Boston. The Rays in second place. At the moment, a game and a half back of New York pending the outcome of their game. Right now, let's go to the field and Todd Callis.
Dwayne, thank you very much with John Jaso. And JJ, first of all, a little bit of energy in this building tonight, huh?
Yeah, man, we got a full house, and you know, it's like I see a little bit of red, but it's really good to see all the blue here, man.
5-3 down. You had a big at bat against Daisuke. He's a guy that really tries to get you to expand the zone. Was that an intriguing challenge for you because you are so good at staying within the zone?
Yeah, you know, I didn't want to kind of come out of my bearings right there and start swinging at stuff just because I had the bases loaded. You know, I wanted him to bring the pitch to me, which I'm kind of glad. Yeah, there it is. And, you know, he threw a really good pitch, like 1 or 2 pitches before that was a changeup, and he kind of wanted it for a strike. And but I'm really glad, you know, I stayed within myself there.
That was a great sequence, and Kevin Kennedy's going to break it down later. But you talked about that changeup that was just off the plate and diving away from you. That was a tough pitch to take with 2 strikes.
That is a very tough pitch to take right there. You know, and I'm kind of glad, you know, my approach was to see the pitch and kind of work the other side of the field. And if I was going to get a little bit big there, I might not have been able to zero in on that pitch, you know, that way. So, you know, I do get out of my shoes a little bit sometimes up there, but right there I'm glad, you know, I stayed within myself.
Another pitch, 3-2. You talk about seeing the pitch. It seemed like you let that ball really travel on you and then fouled it away before the base hit.
Yeah, I didn't know if he was going to come back with something soft or whatever, and I wanted to be able to get the bat out there in a fastball. I never want the pitcher to beat me on a fastball. So I'm glad, you know, I got the bat there and kind of kept myself alive.